Hello everybody, you know what time it is. It is finally, at long last, Shadows Amidst Snowstorms time. I am so out of my mind excited. I usually like to start these videos off with some announcements, but I don't have any. Hooray! So we can get right into it. I will start with a small disclaimer though, which is that right before I started recording, I don't know, I got something stuck in my throat. My voice sounds really weird. For that, I apologize, but I have already decided that today is the day. Today's the day. Today, we are watching this event that I've been trying to watch for probably months at this point. So I've decided we're just going to go through with it, and we'll just have to endure the voice. I apologize. I've done my best to prepare some tea, so I should be good to go. But let's jump into it. I'm so excited because I believe this is basically, I've been calling it in my head, Albedo 2, because we should see Albedo again. I know Bennett and Eula will be here because I wanted to meet them before we started, and I don't know why I'm stalling, so let's just stop that immediately, and we're now going to watch this beautiful, beautiful event that this person has so kindly recorded for us. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be back on Dragonspine. I hope we're on Dragonspine. I assume we're on Dragonspine because...
Let's go see Timaeus!
Snowstorms.
Paimon has a favor to ask him.
Hey, Bennett.
It'd be great if we could catch Sucrose and Albedo
PlayStation?
too, but they seem really busy lately, so let's not get our hopes up.
Okay.
Anyway, let's go see!
Okay. One second. Let me just adjust my volume a little bit. It's very quiet for me. Okay. Okay, we continue.
Is that Albedo? Why is he leaving?
Is he here? And why does he look so serious? Did something happen? There he is! Did something happen?
Hey, it's the Traveler and Paimon.
Hi, guys.
Hello, you two. It's been a long time.
This video is super saturated, but I'm just happy to be watching it.
Just a regular catch-up. We meet here once in a while to go through any recent developments in our research projects.
Makes sense.
So we just missed him! Maybe we should have hollered to him.
Maybe something's gone wrong with his research.
Just now, though. Was he upset about something? If so, he probably wouldn't have been in the mood to help out anyway.
Do we need help with something?
Upset? You mean Albedo?
Yeah, he wasn't looking his usual self.
Upset. Uh-oh. I wonder if...
What are you looking at me for?
I wonder if Timaeus' research topic is... so boring that Albedo finally snapped.
Oh no!
Surely not.
Oh no!
It's not that boring, is it?
I'm sure it's not.
Nah. Anyway, Paimon wanted to ask you for a favor, Timaeus.
A favor?
It's really funny, though.
Well, sure. How can I help?
Oh yeah, what do we need help with?
Paimon found a bunch of super-duper sweet Sensetias in the mountains the other day.
Ooh.
But if Paimon eats them all, then they'll all be gone. So Paimon isn't ready to finish them all yet.
This seems more like a question for
Thinking
Sucrose.
maybe you could make a device that you put
She could probably
fruits
make
in and it turns them into juice.
more of
That
them.
way, they'll be preserved for as long as Paimon needs.
Oh, yeah, I'm afraid that sort of thing is a little...
Huh? Seems pretty straightforward to Paimon. Can't you do it?
Couldn't we just do that by hand?
Paimon, I'm afraid you've entered into the realm of the weird and wonderful with this one.
Okay. So how about you, Sucrose? Any idea?
I'm sorry. It doesn't sound like it falls within my area of expertise. I could give it a try if you really want, but... I'd probably just end up giving all your precious fruits arms and legs.
Why don't we just let her try to grow
Your
more?
tone is so calm, but your words are so terrifying. You'd think I'd be used to this by now.
Well, as you know, my focus is on bioalchemy. Besides, keeping things fresh forever is just not possible. If you just wanted to modify certain properties
exactly.
of the fruit or their seeds, on the other
She
hand,
could just grow more.
I'd easily be able to help with that.
What Paimon wants is a
Usually focus
refrigerator.
in on their own research areas.
This world is
Take
not
us,
ready
for
for
example.
refrigerators, apparently.
Timaeus, Albedo, and I all have very different research foci.
Oh, I wonder what they are.
Your idea is very imaginative,
I'd love to know what
but
they
it's
are.
beyond Timaeus' and my ability. I don't think even Albedo can make such an incredible device. After all, alchemy is not mechanics. There is a big difference between the two.
And technically, fridges are mechanical.
Well, excuse Paimon for overestimating the power of alchemy.
In fact, before Albedo showed up, everyone in Mondstadt thought alchemy was useless.
Oh, wow, really?
We know better now. But even then, I have to admit, alchemy is only one of the many wondrous arts in the world. It's certainly not some kind of all-powerful magic that can simply take a substance and preserve it indefinitely. Sorry. That wasn't meant as a criticism against you personally.
I will make sure to keep Paimon in check in the future.
Some fruit juice? What's wrong with that?
She's simply
Well,
dreaming
these are
big.
just
There's no harm in
my
that.
subjective opinions on the matter. If you're really intent on pursuing this wondrous device, you can try your luck asking Albedo. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. If he has no idea how to make one either, you'll have to give up on the idea.
Because he really is the alchemy expert, isn't he?
Doesn't seem to be in a good mood today, though.
Oh, we're Geo right now. Oh, that's fun.
Ignores us.
He won't. Albedo is not that kind of person.
We can always come back later. But there's something about Albedo today. Something seems different. What could it be?
Where is Albedo heading to anyway? Dragonspine?
Is it Dragonspine?
Unless he specifically says otherwise, Dragonspine is where he usually goes. He seems particularly fond of that place. And somehow,
Me
the
too,
cold
buddy.
doesn't seem to bother him at all.
The cold never bothered him anyway?
Dragonspine
That's
to
great.
find him. Come on, there's no time to lose.
Let's go!
Seriously?
Oh.
Albedo doesn't like my
We're
alchemy
back here.
device? It can create tiny ice crystals. I thought I had a good design here. I was planning to take it further.
What is Timaeus'
Timaeus.
research
It's
specialty?
not
I'm curious.
completely useless, but perhaps it needs to be a little more original.
Oh, okay, I see. I'll give it some more
She's so
thought.
gentle with her feedback. Good job, Sucrose.
Then again, what is the use of this thing? I'm the one who came up with it, and even I can't think of a potential application.
I'm sure Diona would love it. Or Diluc. Ooh.
This looks lively.
Is this the
What's
outskirts of
occasion?
Dragonspine? Oh!
Go and have a look.
Someone just loaded it in the background.
Hey, Traveler and Paimon.
Amber!
Fancy meeting you all the way out here.
Long time no see.
Amber? Cyrus? Halid? What's everyone doing at Dragonspine? Don't you mind the cold?
Hi all, long time no see.
Oh, the Traveler is joining us too. Oh, great! Fantastic! Wonderful! The more the merrier.
Is it an
I
expedition?
agree. I feel much better with the Traveler joining us. Definitely the kind of person you want to have around in a tight spot.
Sorry, what have I walked into here? What's the occasion?
Right.
There's a
Paimon
tight spot?
remembers most of these people are
Is
from
someone
the
lost?
Adventurers Guild. Then again, it seems a certain outrider is doing too.
Hopefully no one's lost
Allow me
again.
to explain. The Adventurers Guild is holding winter training on Dragonspine.
Oh, okay, that makes
As you
sense.
know, our members have varying levels of adventure experience.
And Cyrus loves
Dragonspine
training
is
people.
an excellent place for budding adventurers to challenge themselves and improve. But it's dangerous to go alone.
Take this.
So, we made a plan for senior members to pair up with junior members. This way, everyone can experience training on Dragonspine together under safe and controlled circumstances.
Makes sense,
Now,
makes sense.
every adventurer can progress together. I've been working on this grand plan for half a year now, and it's finally coming together! It's a great plan, isn't it?
Not a bad one.
You are an outstanding adventurer. Surely you must be willing to join us and help out.
Amber, what are you doing here? Haven't we seen this username before?
Experienced members?
Or we saw something like it
Well,
last
that's
time.
part of it, actually. The other reason is, when I was patrolling the perimeter of Dragonspine, I found a lost kid named Joel. I heard he lives here on the camp,
That's the
so
kid who
I
lost his
escorted him
dad.
back.
I remember that kid, but Joel's
I
father.
know. Joel's father went missing.
Didn't we find him already?
I totally sympathize with how much Joel misses his family. Dragonspine is so bleak and deserted. It must have been so lonely for him here.
Aw, Amber.
Anyway, I wanted to do something to cheer Joel up, so I said I'd build a snowman with him. It's something he enjoys doing.
That's right, he
It
wanted
also
to build
gives
one
me
with
a
his
chance
dad,
to
didn't
stay here
he?
for a while and help Cyrus out.
Since it's for Joel, count me in. Since it's you, Amber, count me in.
Thank you. Let's go meet up with Joel then. Oh, I invited another friend of mine to join too. She should be here any second. She'll be perfect for this kind of
What do
thing.
you think? Is it Klee?
Hey, Cyrus, we've got to take off. Is that okay?
I don't think it's Lisa, because she would say my teacher,
I
not my
still have some
friend.
final checks to make, so I will go.
Eula! It's Eula! Oh, it's going to be Eula! Because we know that they're friends.
Joel, we're here.
And she would be perfect for this kind of thing. Hi, Joel.
Hey everyone! I'm so happy right now. It's nice to have so many people to hang out with.
Aw, poor guy's
Are
been lonely.
you here to build a snowman too?
There she is.
Build a snowman.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. I forgot to do the
I
introduction.
didn't know she was being called out for babysitting.
This is Eula, the Spindrift Knight and captain of the Knights of Favonius Reconnaissance Company.
Oh, really?
Amber, you're being far too formal. The child is never going to remember all that.
You underestimate his
Please.
powers.
Just call me Eula.
Okay, Auntie Eula. You can call me Joel.
Let's see, is she good with
Auntie.
kids?
Eula?
Oh, critical hit.
Lula's gonna add that to her long list of scores to settle.
Let's see, will she swear
Alright,
vengeance
if
against a
that's what you want
child?
to call me, go right
No, she doesn't.
Eula just let something go for once?
Mercy for the children.
What's this I hear about a
Good on you,
snowman?
Eula.
I came to assist because you told me the Adventurers Guild was short-handed.
Yeah, that's something else. But look, Joel's at the age where he should be having fun, and there's nothing to play with on Dragonspine. He used to build snowmen with his dad, and since his dad's not around, we're keeping him company instead. Besides, Eula, it's gotta be more fun than taking an ice bath all by yourself.
That's really funny. Amber saying
Let's
the knights are
combine our
short-handed, but
forces and build
that's their
ourselves a
problem.
huge snowman.
Not mine.
It'll be a ton of fun.
I approve.
Count Paimon in too! Paimon wants to build a snowman!
Let's build the biggest snowman this world has
Auntie
ever seen.
Eula, are you too busy to join in? If so, it's okay. I understand.
Aw, Joel's
No,
a nice
nothing like
kid.
that. My mind was on something else, that's all. Building a snowman with Joel, are we? Sounds wonderful. I'd be delighted to join you.
Eula.
Then let's get started. First, we need to split up into teams to gather some supplies.
Good. Buddy system so
Joel
nobody
and I
gets
will be on
lost in
one
the
team.
snow.
You and Eula can be on the other team.
The name.
Joel, see that huge tree over there? Wanna race me there?
Wait, which
Yeah,
one?
Let's do it!
Amber, which tree? There's a lot of trees.
Wow. Those two are fast!
At least she's
Hard to
going
tell
with him.
Which of them is having more fun? Hey, what's up with you two? Why are you just staring at each other without saying anything?
You're acting a little out of character. I'm trying to figure out
well-
what you're thinking. We're alone here, just tell me.
Joel probably hasn't spent much of his life in the city. He doesn't know me. And he doesn't know what the Lawrence name means to the people in Mondstadt.
Oh,
Right.
so she doesn't have to play that
Why he
whole
calls
part
you
right now.
Auntie Eula.
Careful, Paimon.
True. In his eyes, I'm just another ordinary person from Mondstadt.
Aw,
It was a surprise, but not in a bad way at all.
then it's time to get building a snowman. So there's something else
How
bothering
very
you.
perceptive of you. Were you staring at me the whole time when everyone was talking? You shan't be getting off lightly for that.
Oh no,
The
vengeance.
truth is, I'm a little concerned that I might be quite inept at building snowmen.
Don't worry, we'll walk you through it.
I've never built a snowman before. My upbringing was very strict, so I never had the chance when I was a child. And after I grew up, of course, it's not the sort of thing I would spend my time doing.
Makes sense.
Oh, Paimon's starting to feel sorry for Eula.
Take it easy, it's just for
You
fun,
sound
and don't worry about
confident.
it.
All right then,
The honorary knight will help
enough
you.
small talk for now. I see we have a member of the Adventurers Guild joining us.
Oh,
Greetings.
hi
We have a
Cyrus.
slight problem here. We've done a head count, and it turns out that we have an odd number of participants. In other words, we still have one instructor slot left to fill.
You can borrow
How
Paimon.
it happened was, we originally asked Fischl to be an instructor,
Ooh.
but she was busy with something outside of Mondstadt during this period.
Oh
So we
no,
found
Fischl.
another adventurer to fill in for her, but they still haven't shown up yet.
Fischl, where'd you
Thank
go?
goodness you are here.
Which one of us are you talking
Hello.
to?
My name is Gerald. I'm a new adventurer.
You seem very sincere.
In that case,
Eula can help.
fine. But for that, you will pay.
Huh? Pay for what?
That's just how Eula talks. You're in
Okay.
safe hands with her.
I got it. I'm ready and willing to learn.
Oh, he's a nice guy.
Good, good. Then everything is settled. Thank you for your help, Eula.
He's not
If
reacting to her
anybody
being a
else signs
Lawrence,
up later,
but
I may have to ask for your help as well.
hopefully he doesn't change his tune later on. No problem. Alright, I like the setup of this.
Spot to Eula.
Pretty straightforward. I want people to know all the good qualities she has.
Oh, okay.
That's right, yeah.
You're so nice. Paimon noticed Eula smiled just now. It must have meant a lot to her.
She has a
To be
chance
honest,
to...
Eula really is the best candidate for an instructor. Most people would find it hard to cope on the mountain because of the sheer cold, but not her.
I love how they
Oh,
directly mention the sheer cold. That's fun.
This must be the whole reason why Amber got Eula involved in the first place.
Yeah.
We were supposed to find supplies, but now Eula's busy with other stuff, and, Paimon doesn't feel like going around collecting.
She just doesn't feel like
How do
it.
you think Amber and Joel are doing? Let's head up the mountain and see what they're up to.
Let's go find them.
Strange. Didn't they say they were going this way? Where the heck are they?
She should have been more specific about her tree.
Have they moved on already?
Do you think they went all the way into the scarlet tree? Whatever it's called, the frostborn tree? Oh? Did you hear that?
Could they be in danger?
Are they hiding to scare us? Or are they in danger? That would be bad. Child! Child. Bye, child.
The sound just completely stopped.
It looks like we lost
How
it.
could that happen? After all the adventures we've been on, our tracking skills are honed to perfection. Aren't they?
Could have just been an animal in the brush,
Perhaps
but
we underestimated
probably
whatever
not.
was behind it. But if that's the case, then what exactly are we dealing with here?
Oh, she sounds so scared.
voice.
Albedo! I know
What
that
brings you to
voice.
Dragonspine?
There he is! So it was just you.
So it was Albedo all along.
Albedo all along, coming
All
to you
along.
soon.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
On the way here, we kept hearing weird noises, and it felt like someone was watching us the whole time. Turns out it was just you. Honestly, you really gave us.
I get the
creeps.
feeling it was
If
not
you're
just
bored
him.
Up here, go find something useful to do.
We're getting
Don't
this
go
angle.
sneaking around scaring the poop out of people.
Like someone is hiding
The
and
things
watching
you
us.
felt and hurt could easily be attributed to animals, or bandits, perhaps. You should be wary at all times in this environment. There are all too many ways to sustain losses here if you aren't careful.
Yes, I feel very
So,
wary at the
What
moment.
business brought you here?
I think it's the lack of music. It's a
We
long
actually
story.
came to look for you, but then it turned into looking for Amber. But now we've met you, so we're back to that again.
Your thought process is rather chaotic, as is the way in which you articulate it.
We have a lot going on today.
How dare you! All Paimon's trying to say is that we came here to look for you.
And we found you.
Is that so?
Hello.
Then it must surely be something of great importance. I'm all ears.
Actually, it's nothing serious.
To be in a better mood than we thought, right? Does that mean Timaeus' stupidity doesn't really get to him after all?
We were probably overthinking it. Or there's something else
Okay,
bothering him.
Let's just forget that ever came up.
Or maybe he's already dealt with
That's
what was
okay
bothering
if you can't
him.
Tell me about it. Just treat this as an opportunity to stroll on the mountain and enjoy the view.
I will.
So basically,
I need to go back to
travelers were here on
Dragonspine.
adventurer duty.
You tell Albedo about the event
Oh, I
that
see.
the guild is hosting.
So you foisted the rookie off onto Eula so that you could wander off and
Music! Dragonspine music!
Goofing around?
I'm so happy.
He was the right person for the job. We were just being nice. What about you then, huh? What are you doing on Dragonspine?
He basically lives here,
A friend
Paimon.
commissioned me to do some artwork recently.
Oh,
and I
cool.
have yet to finish. I came here because it's a quiet place where I can gather my thoughts, gather inspiration, and gather some raw materials while I'm at it.
I wonder who that friend is.
For what?
Paint.
Paint and
Star
dyes,
silver
right?
can be used to make high-quality silver paint.
That's
I
cool.
just ran out of my previous batch, so I'll collect some ore while I'm here.
We can help.
Ore can be used to make paint?
Yeah,
Yes.
minerals.
But you have to be selective with the
Well,
specimens
metals.
you choose.
Mm.
Even with a high level of impurities, star silver still contains fine silver-colored particles, but they lack luster, which impacts the color saturation of the pigment made from them. Paint made with such pigment is generally viewed as a fake or a defective product.
I was not expecting the paint history, but it's super interesting.
Paint aside, can you talk about how you find inspiration? Paimon wants to learn.
You want to learn to paint?
Aw,
Oh no, not for me.
he seems
For the
really excited to
traveler.
teach her that.
Paimon wants the traveler to learn how to paint.
I see how it
On our
is.
travels, we sometimes have nights
Paimon, do you sleep?
Painting is a great example because it can capture a moment in time. So it seems like it's definitely a worthwhile skill to have.
So you want me to learn to paint now?
Once you mastered it, you can paint Paimon.
Paimon, why don't you learn how to paint?
Well, since you two would like to learn more about painting, why don't you come with me to the campsite? I have painting materials there. You can practice while I give you some guidance.
We are really just rapidly jumping between different tasks today. What about Amber?
She'll be fine. She is a knight of Favonius after all. Let's just forget about all that stuff for now and go with Albedo.
What about Joel, though?
Let's go. It's so cold out. Paimon wants to get to the camp and warm up by the fire.
Aren't we all going to spend time with Joel so he'd feel less lonely? You just abandoned- wait, is this tossed?
Thieves! It's gotta be!
The alchemy table was on its side. Bandits, like you said?
Some things are missing.
Oh no!
Nothing valuable, hopefully. Wait, where's Paimon's Mora?
The painting fell
It's
over.
hard to say their value, but...
Isn't that the
some
Hilly Troll
alchemy
painting
notes are
from last
missing.
time? Oh no, that's not good.
Alchemy notes? Would they fetch a high price?
A high price
To
of
the
danger in the
uninitiated,
wrong
they're merely
hands.
scraps of paper. But for someone who knows what they're doing, the knowledge contained in those notes is more valuable than any treasure.
I wonder why he
You're
left
saying
them there
only
to begin
someone
with.
who knows alchemy would have stolen them? But the only people who come to Dragonspine are adventurers, thieves, and monsters. What use would any of them have with your notes?
I don't think it's
I
that
feel the
simple.
same way. However, Hilly Trail break-ins and other such incidents are not unheard of on Dragonspine. It's difficult to draw a conclusion based solely on the evidence at hand.
I'm curious about Paimon's Mora that she mentioned. What was that about?
These appear to be...
Yeah, what did they steal specifically? Footprints, that's helpful.
fresh ones.
Very direct
Meaning
footprints
our
too.
thief can't have made it far.
I think they went that way,
Let's chase them
Albedo.
down. We can't let them get away!
Let's get him.
From
Hello,
the entrance,
child.
the footprints go that way.
We have Raiden, Bennett, Jean, and Child, and a lot of ping. Good luck with that, my friend.
The footprints lead up there.
So they scaled the cliff.
What level are they? Level 90.
After them! Footprints on the snow are so hard to
Ooh.
notice.
Who tell?
So easy to lose
Hello.
track completely.
That's a new one.
That's why we have to hurry.
Oh, hang in there. With the sheer cold.
The footprints stop here!
Did they jump like Joel's
Our
father?
thief must have jumped from the cliff. Get your wind glider ready. We're going down.
I know where we are because I recognize that fishing point. I'm doing a lot of fishing in order
More
to get the
footprints.
catch.
They're heading to the cavern! Ooh, we got you now!
Oh, a dungeon.
You sure can
Cool.
run, but you definitely can't hide! Let's go in!
Let's do it.
Wait, I have an idea.
We're going
I'll go in
to
alone.
trick them out.
Traveler, please stay here and guard the entrance.
Yeah, I don't like
This
sending you in
cavern has
alone,
two points
but
of entry, and there are shortcuts inside. Judging from the state of the footprints, he hasn't been in there long. I should be able to reach the other side before he does.
got it. I guess Albedo, who spends all his time here,
Good idea!
would know the paths better
Whoever
than anyone
apprehends
else.
the thief first has to notify the other party. This way we're fully covered.
How do we notify you? Just yell?
Safety comes first. We do not yet know the identity of our thief. Please take care.
Same to you, my friend.
Fine.
I'm worried about him more than us.
See you shortly.
You take care too.
Of course.
There he goes.
I wonder if Albedo found the thief. This is taking forever.
He's not been that long, I guess.
Huh. Maybe it just feels like a long time because Paimon hates waiting. Waiting is so boring.
You should try enjoying this beautiful
Why don't we
music.
Find something to do to pass the time. You know,
Is it going to be
something
fishing?
like, something like. Oh, look at all that star silver over there.
Oh, there we go.
Gather it up for Albedo. It's right next to the cavern, so we won't be going far. If anything happens outside, we can be right back here in no time.
I'm very concerned about this change in plan.
Hey, let's get started.
I'm very concerned. Oh no. He's going to be dying. I'm very surprised that this person isn't lighting the fire.
This stuff looks kind of
Inferior star silver. Go to the other side of the bean lake. There's another
impurities like
deposit
Albedo
over there.
was talking about.
Yeah, over there. There's a whole bunch.
Not bad.
Quality star silver. Nice.
Some star silver shines a lot more brightly than others, huh?
I wonder if that's due to higher concentrations of silver
Yes.
particles. Then why is the thief
Sorry.
not with you?
I was unable to catch him. He was faster than I'd imagined.
Who was it though?
Oh, so after all that, we still don't even know who the thief was? What a
Something
waste.
feels so suspicious.
Still, we won't be going back completely empty-handed. We did some mining.
Yeah.
Mining?
Yeah.
Yes?
For star silver. Look, we got quite a lot. It's just like you said. Some are really bright and shiny, and others just look like.
Did something
regular
happen to him in there?
rock with a little shiny
Why did
bit
he
here
forget
and
about the
there.
star silver?
Star silver.
It looks like he forgot about something.
I was merely saying what was on the front of my mind. I hadn't thought you would genuinely go and gather some.
Well, you said they can be turned into paint,
Okay.
so we got pretty curious.
I guess he's
Also,
remembering.
if it weren't for that thief, we'd be making paint by now anyway, right? Or even painting by this point. Anyway,
What a thorough
it's all
lesson.
the
Not
thief's
only
fault
teaching you
for
how to
wasting our
paint, but how to
time.
make paint.
Yes,
That's
it's
cool.
all the thief's fault. The
Don't
notes
blame
mean a lot
yourself.
to
Are you
me.
blaming yourself?
I'm not quite ready to give up the search yet. Let's keep an eye out for clues as we go.
Oh, just one thing. Do you want us to bring all this ore back, or did you want to sort through and get rid of the useless bits first? There's no point in bringing the bad ones back if it'll ruin the quality of the paint. Some of them do look pretty dull to Paimon, so it doesn't seem like those will be of any use at all.
Indeed. The sorting process is necessary. Humans are such practical creatures.
What on
They
earth?
only want those things that are good. Once they have learned to distinguish between good and bad, they will never stop comparing things in their minds. Useless
sounded
things
a little-
should be disposed of at the outset.
Excuse me?
Says
What?
what?
No, don't agree with him, Paimon. This is concerning.
So let's start by...
He never sounds this outwardly
Help me!
angry. Is that Joel?
Wait! Did you guys hear that? Was that a cry for help?
That voice sounded very familiar. Or was that Bennett?
It's likely an adventurer in danger.
Let's go check it out. Okay, something is up with Albedo. He's never this outwardly angry, and he's usually more subtle about the fact that he's not human himself.
Is anybody there? Help me!
Bennett,
No way! Is that...
how are you in a cage?
Is that the Traveler in Paimon? It's me, Bennett!
How?
It's really him!
Why?
Let's get him out!
Why didn't you just burn the
So
thing
sorry to
down?
trouble you guys again. The key should be someplace nearby. Please, help me find it.
Maybe he's scared that he would burn himself in the process because that would be just his luck, right? Oh, there it is. Ooh, alternate dash.
Oh, we're not gonna find the key
That's
here,
cool.
surely.
That's really cool.
Uh-oh. We got company!
Hello, guys. Oh, that's really cool.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Everybody stand back!
They even have Bennett on their team. That's really funny.
They have the key with them! Huh. We were searching around for nothing.
Well, they found it. I felt that. They were standing on Bennett's thing to see if it would heal them.
I'm out.
Relatable.
Thank you so much. If
welcome.
only there hadn't been
Where did
rocks
Albedo
mixed in
go?
with the snow
I'm
on the
concerned
tree,
about that
it
boy.
wouldn't have made me all dizzy when it fell down onto my head. And then I would have never walked into the Fatui's trap.
That is so specific.
In a cage? Never saw that coming.
I feel like we always run into him when he's been trapped by something.
I won't bore you with the rest of the details. Just me being unlucky again.
We drove off the Fatui, and apparently our friend Albedo. Where did he go?
Taking them out was child's play. No need to thank us.
I'm like really worried about him actually.
You did? That's so nice of you guys. I know they were probably just following orders. But still, thanks for helping me out.
So what are you doing on Dragonspine? Didn't Razor want to come with you?
Did you hear about
Oh,
the
because they're
Adventurers Guild thing?
friends.
They're hosting a winter camp here. As one of their veteran adventurers, I'm here to help out the
so
rookies.
he's part of the guild.
Razor's not an adventurer. And as the leader of Benny's adventure team, as well as the only actual member, I had to come on my own. But
I
now
see.
I've been stuck here for so long, I probably missed it.
Oh, he was the instructor that never showed
Cyrus
up.
doesn't get mad at me.
That's really funny.
Oh. Wait.
That's really
that
funny.
Gerald who got left in
I
the
mean, he'd
lurch?
either give them a poor education or the best education ever, because he'd show them how to be prepared for
Sorry, Bennett,
anything.
but you really did miss it. He got paired up with a different instructor instead.
What? Weren't they short on instructors? Where'd they suddenly get extras from?
He looks so surprised.
Few people from the Knights of Favonius stepped up in order to help support the event, so they ended up with more instructors than students.
Knights of Favonius. Yeah, they're definitely more reliable than me. I'm just
Aw.
a walking accident waiting to happen.
Don't be so down on yourself. Don't be like that. You're great too.
Right. Anyway, that was just the situation when we last saw them. It might have changed by now. Who knows? Maybe a whole load more rookies will have turned up to join in.
Do you think there's a reason that there's a correlation between the Fatui symbol and the quad symbol?
Will put you to work.
Really?
Concerning.
For sure. Hey,
Yeah,
wait a
I'm sure
second.
they'd.
Where'd Albedo go?
Thank you for asking. Didn't he come with us? Where did he go?
Albedo? You mean the alchemist from the Knights of Favonius? He's one of the instructors too?
Actually, no.
He just happened to be on Dragonspine. We were just with him, but then we heard you calling for help. He must have left us at some point after that.
Watch the thief have showed up
Could
right
he
after
come
we
back
left.
to keep looking for clues?
Oh, now he's down there
Let's go
alone.
back to the cavern and see if he's there.
Ooh, I wonder if Bennett will come with us.
Still no sign of Albedo. This is weird. Where has he run off to?
This is great!
He did!
It's so fun today!
Aw, yay.
There's so many people around. It's never usually like this.
This was where we heard Bennett's cry for help, right?
Right.
We heard his voice and went straight over to rescue him. Then we noticed Albedo was gone. Huh. So he just didn't feel like helping us save Bennett?
I guess he trusted
Wait,
us to
what?
handle things.
What
He was
are
really
you
concerned
talking
about those notes. Oh! Wait, why question marks?
Where the heck have you been? We've been looking for you.
I should be the one to ask you that. Didn't I tell you to stay at the cavern entrance?
Wait, what?
Huh?
I'm not really
Oh, no.
following who
Oh,
was
no,
waiting
wait.
for who and who was looking for who, but first things first.
Was
I
the
apologize, Albedo. I don't fully understand what's going on.
No, it's not your
but
fault, Bennett.
It seems
Was that
like
first
it's mostly
Albedo
my
an
fault.
illusion or something?
No. Bennett, this is not because of you. You needn't blame yourself.
Aw, he's so
Traveler,
nice.
Clear this up for me. What was
I'm
the
a big
reason
fan of
that you left
Albedo.
the cavern entrance? Did you...
Did we what?
There you are.
Eula!
Stay right there. You have a lot of explaining to do.
Sorry, we've been ditching everybody today.
Me?
Oh, she's looking at him?
Eula? Aren't you supposed to be helping the new guy?
What?
Yes, that's what I would be doing. If I hadn't been interrupted by a certain someone's malicious scheming.
Oh my god.
Albedo.
Oh my
I
god, there's
saw you
two of
taking
them.
Jewel towards the wasteland at the edge of Dragonspine. That place is crawling with monsters. What the devil do you think you were
The
doing?
illusion Albedo must have gone over there. Yeah, look at him, he's so surprised.
Wait a second. What's going on? Actually, wrong question. How much stuff
That's
is
why they
going
designed this quest with us trying to
When I
help
came
so many
stop
people
you
at
from
once to
leading
keep
Joel
us
any further,
disoriented.
Your first reaction was to throw the child down and attack me.
Throw him
When
down.
I fought back, you quickly fled. Care to explain?
Okay, so the illusionary Albedo can
I see.
interact with things.
Interesting.
Why?
Interesting.
Whoa. What is
You,
this?
It sounds like you met an imposter. Someone who was impersonating me.
Oh.
Impersonating.
What sort of creature could do
To
that?
what end?
Some sort of dragon
It's
spine?
difficult to draw a definitive
spirit?
conclusion for now. But these strange incidents do
Oh
seem
my
to be
god, it's that one that we
connected.
were talking to earlier. Was that the illusory Albedo? So,
Your alchemy notes were stolen. Can the Traveler and Paimon testify that the three of you were together up until you entered the cavern?
yes, we can.
Yes, we can confirm.
I was almost going to say, so was the
As
second
things
Albedo made
stand, I don't
using
have any reason to harm the child.
the alchemy notes? But that would
Whoever
be
you
too
met is likely
fast.
to be both the thief who stole my notes and also an imposter. Of
If
course,
the
it's
other
entirely
albedo.
natural for you to be skeptical
Oh,
of my
see, he's
story.
so
I
understanding.
was separated from the traveler and
You can
Paimon
see a
for
difference between their
significant
personalities.
duration.
Okay, wait, I have to pause for just a second. You can see such a difference between their personalities. Oh my god, this is so exciting. Okay, so if the first, not the first albedo, but if the imposter albedo, shall we say, is the one who stole the notes, then that means that he must be very knowledgeable in alchemy as well. But what is his goal here? He goes from stealing notes to just trying to escape with the notes, to being angry at us, to trying to kill Joel for whatever reason. He seems to have it out against humans. He doesn't like humans. Do you remember what he said earlier? Oh, he has... What is it called? It's not... I was about to say, he has imposter syndrome. But no, that's not quite right here. He has, that feeling when he feels inferior. He feels inadequate, and so he's lashing out at other people, saying it's all these other people's fault for making a distinction between good and bad. And that's why he hates humans? So what is he? I need to keep playing.
While we were pursuing the thief. My word alone cannot serve as a
ghost?
definitive account of my actions and whereabouts during that
Something
period.
impersonating
But the
albedo.
traveler and Paimon can at least testify that I was not the individual who tore up the campsite or stole my notes.
Albedo, do you have any enemies? Could it be one of your enemies impersonating you to
This
get
is true,
revenge
that's a
on
fair
you or
question.
something?
I don't have any enemies. And I'm not aware of having given anyone cause to exact vengeance upon me.
Well, I'll give you a minute.
There is insufficient evidence to assert what happened with any certainty at this point. Given how serious the situation is, I intend to investigate it myself, even if you decide not to pursue it any further.
I think we should find
You-
Joel and
I
Amber.
won't discourage your ongoing suspicion of me if you can't believe my story. Though, naturally, I would hope you can afford me some credibility on account of our solidarity as fellow members of the Knights of Favonius.
He's so respectful.
Traveler, Paimon, Bennett, if you are willing, I welcome you to monitor my
This is
activities
exactly
beyond
how you
this
should
point so that you can
respond
act as my
in the
witnesses.
situation in which someone is
If
impersonating
I
you.
am what this imposter
Perfect.
wants, he will come looking
Top
for me
tier.
again eventually.
No notes.
Things can only become clearer from that point on.
He thinks the
I'll give you
imposter's
benefit of
after
the doubt,
him.
as
not just the
preposterous as your
notes.
claims sound. And I will choose to believe that an imposter went after Joel, and not you.
Thank you, Yula.
I will keep Joel safe. If you need any support with the investigation, contact myself and Amber.
But how will we distinguish between the two of them?
As far as Amber goes, I will...
Eula! Eula!
There she is. But is it Amber? Why is it question marks? Amber, where's Joel?
We're here.
Amber, where is he?
Eula! Oh, and Traveler, Paimon, Albedo, and Bennett. You're all together.
And it just shows up. She's like, okay, great.
Bennett, I'm glad I ran into you here.
There we go.
Cyrus was telling me you still hadn't shown up. He was getting worried you might have run into some trouble.
I guess they all know how trouble prone he
Yeah,
is.
I ran into a little trouble. Thanks for your concern.
Sure thing. Well, now that I found you, let's go check in with Cyrus.
So she came looking for him.
But before that,
Is it the real Amber?
how come you're all gathered here together?
We need a code word to be able
Between
to
us,
identify that
there
we're all
have been a few minor incidents,
the people
but
we
nothing
mean
I
to be.
haven't already dealt with.
Oh, yeah. It's my fault, really.
It is definitely not
Because
your
of
fault,
my
Bennett.
bad luck. But everything is fine now.
If it was your fault, then the
So,
imposter would
it's
be
all set
impersonating
then?
you.
Great.
So now I expect
Shall
we will be
head back
seeing
down
Imposter
together?
Bennett
I
shortly.
did say I'd bring Bennett back if I saw him.
Sure, I'm ready to go.
We need a code word.
Very well. Let's go.
Where is Joel?
And there were 3.
Oh, they left.
Traveler, can we talk
I
somewhere
don't
else?
like splitting up.
There's something I need to tell you.
Oh, do you have more information?
Let's go to my camp. My camp is somewhere that we can talk openly, without reservation.
That might explain why he
But
thinks the imposter's after
before
him,
that-
and not necessarily the notes. Shall we clean up a bit?
Whoa. What a mess!
I can help tidy up.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I hope nobody stole the notes on us. That could be bad. Hello, child.
I've been absorbed in my research lately and haven't attended to the dusting. It's due for a cleaning.
Considering that there's no door,
Yep, that should do it. Neat
probably gets
and
very
tight.
messy in there.
Thank you,
Lots
both
of
of you.
exposure to the elements.
Now that everything is in order, it's time to talk.
What do you have to say, Albedo?
Really serious right now. Is this about what happened earlier?
We never figured out what was bothering him at the beginning
I
either.
remember I once told you that you must have questions, and then I would answer them.
I believe this is the
I
real
also
Albedo
said
because he
that
remembers things.
While I did not wish to deceive you, there were certain things I could not go into detail on.
That explains why it seemed like he'd forgotten everything.
I am a synthetic human being.
He's
A human forged by
he's
human
telling
hands.
us?
The one who created me, my mother and teacher. Her name is Rhine-daughter, a researcher from Conria, also known as Gold.
Wait. Whoa.
A
Wait.
researcher from Conria.
Why was my first instinct, oh, after this cutscene ends, I'm pulling up those books again and I'm rereading everything. I can't do that. This isn't my cutscene. I'm not in game right now. Wait, Gold? We've heard the name Rhine-daughter in the previous event because we, the players, knew kind of about this, right? He said something at the end about her? Where did I hear the name Rhine-daughter? I think it was then. I don't recall when it was mentioned, but I've heard it before. Maybe I read that in a book, actually. We've definitely read about Gold from Conria? Oh yeah, because Gold's from Con- Oh my
Also known
god.
as Gold.
A synthetic human? What the? How?
We look so shocked. I'm just happy we fixed the
When
Hilly
pinnacle
Trail
of
painting.
attainment in alchemy is combined with unimaginably vast learning, the apex achievement is the creation of human life.
So he still identifies himself as a human.
Conria,
Interesting.
Do you mean?
What do you think he means,
I am
Paimon?
indeed somewhat older than my appearance might suggest,
Ooh,
but when I came into being, Conria
Okay.
had already been destroyed.
he's
I have no
post-destruction.
memories of it.
Gotcha.
My master raised me and taught me everything. Like her, I am a pure
I'm so
alchemist.
happy right now.
I live for academic knowledge. Nationality and identity are not what ultimately define us.
This is good information about
Traveler, what is
I
your
don't know what to
general
call
feeling
her.
toward Dragonspine?
Gold.
You've visited
Rhine-daughter?
numerous times now. Would you say it's a cold, eerie, and melancholy place?
Yeah, exactly those words, pretty much. I would also throw lovely in there,
Rhine-daughter
though.
created
And
two
beautiful.
miraculous beings. One is me, and the other is the venomous dragon, Durin.
Oh, I so wish I
Right
could
here.
read those books right now.
Durin? So that makes you
'Cause I-
guys.
Yeah, there's something about...
As
There was
sons
something
of
about a
Rhine-daughter,
dragon, wasn't there?
Durin and I are indeed inextricably linked to one another.
Oh my god, imagine your brother being a
Phenomenon of
dragon.
creation
That's
defies
awesome.
definition within the scope of a typical human worldview. But if we may tentatively call it birth,
I love the way he speaks.
then yes, we, by extension, are family.
Very good way to put it.
Speaking of Durin, Paimon remembers that his power was quite special.
A strange and tenacious
That's right.
life force. So is this
Because of
imposter,
this,
like the spirit
Whenever
of
strange
Durin,
things happen on Dragonspine,
angry at
it
Albedo?
always makes me wonder. For instance, the feeling of being watched that you described, as
Oh.
well as the sounds you heard, and the one impersonating me that you met.
Ooh. About that, there's something else I couldn't say earlier.
Paimon knows what you mean.
What was it?
When the others were here just now, the traveler gave me a look as if to say, "Don't say anything."
What's that?
Probably because it was
Wait,
only made
do we think the Albedo that was in town earlier wasn't
Paimon
Albedo?
kept quiet.
Because he was
But
upset
Paimon
about something.
noticed that you came out of the cavern not too long after going in, and you told us that you didn't manage to catch the thief.
But that was the other Albedo.
We heard Bennett calling for help, so we went to rescue him.
Oh, I see. They hadn't connected yet that that was also the imposter.
And when we got back to the
But yeah, do you think the one in the city was also the imposter?
the one looking
That would explain why he looked angry or upset.
It seems that you met my imposter too.
If this imposter is just generally upset with
It
things.
was a pretty good impression. He had you down to a T. We never would have guessed.
So someone who knows him very well?
Also, after he left us, why did he go after Joel?
If it's Durin.
Perhaps Durin's power drives people to madness. But that's merely crude conjecture.
Okay, so you don't think it's a
Whether
projection of
someone is
Durin.
impersonating me, or there is another false me out there.
There's a
This is a
difference?
cursed tale, and it is not one whose weight you should have to bear.
Well, we're going to bear it because you're our
Traveler.
friend. Too bad.
Perhaps you should return to Mondstadt if you have no further business here.
Oh, we've got to
The
find
work
him.
that lies ahead will occupy me completely. I'm afraid I will be unable to entertain you beyond this point.
I'm not going anywhere. Gotta find this guy. Paimon and I will help with the investigation.
We're Dragonspine veterans by now.
Because he could do serious
Really
harm.
bad going on. We can't just leave you here to deal with it on your own. That wouldn't be very nice now, would it? Besides,
So who is he,
there's no one
though?
else in Mondstadt that you can talk to about this. Sucrose and Timaeus don't know your secret.
They don't? I guess we're the only ones who can help. I guess he hasn't told them?
Push us away at a time
But
like
how do we
this.
know that he hasn't told them? Just a guess, I
Alright.
guess, on Paimon's part.
Thank you.
Aww.
You were intending to participate in that
He's
winter
accepting
camp,
our help.
if I recall
Yay.
correctly. That could serve as an excellent pretext for you to remain on the mountain. In that case, please join in the activities of the Adventurers Guild as planned. And be on the lookout for any leads while you're at it. If anyone sees me, or someone like me...
We need a code word.
Sure to pass the info straight on to you.
Good.
How do we verify if it's him or
Agreed.
not?
Okay.
Also, who is the imposter?
Clues. Then meet back here at this camp in a few days' time.
Few days, gotcha.
Sounds good to me.
And he did
But
make a
please,
distinguishment between
Whatever happens,
a false
put
him
your
and
safety
an
first at all
imposter.
times.
How would you make that sort of distinction? Is it him?
Albedo, we're here.
Is it him?
Traveler, Paimon.
How's your investigation going?
Your faces say that perhaps you haven't turned up anything?
So he knows what we're talking about. That's
Investigated
good.
all over the mountain, actually. But we didn't see anyone that looked like you or hear of anyone else meeting you.
This is not
I love
unexpected.
this song. I'm so happy.
I haven't made much progress either. He appears to know that we are looking for him, and has opted to lie low for the time
How
being.
does he know? If he's, or maybe he has always operated discreetly. Oh, I see.
There is one thing I found. I discovered footprints on some parts of the mountain, and although they were a little covered by the snow,
How did
I
he get the
could tell
exact
they'd
same
been left by someone of a
clothes? That's
similar
my
size to
question.
myself.
This is a
The
Knight of
footprints
Favonius
were quite
uniform.
numerous, so
I guess
I
he just
believe my
strolled
next
into the
step will
city
be
and
to
said, I
rob
need a new
each
pair
the
of clothes.
adventurers active on
Goodness.
Dragonspine, one by one.
We can help with that. We have plenty of contact with the adventurers.
Okay, so we are still investigating to see if this person can change their appearance. Oh boy.
What was that?
Rock slide?
It came from that direction.
That's
Could
not
it be the
good.
imposter?
Avalanche. Let's go check it out. Watch it be Klee. But I still have so many unanswered questions. I just have to trust that it will answer them for me. Ooh, wriggle rocks.
Did you see that? Did those rocks shake just now?
Is there someone trapped under there? Is it Bennett? Is it a fake Bennett? Oh, it's Eula. Is it a fake Eula?
That was most unfortunate.
Eula?
What are you guys doing here?
Oh, and Bennett. And Amber. So I'd assume it was some sort of bad luck.
We've been wandering this area for days.
Do you think there can be 3
We
imposters?
ran into Pallet earlier. You know, the, kind of a reckless sort of guy.
Reckless
You
Pallet.
know the one? Anyway, he said he was unlucky, so I gave him some adventuring survival tips.
From the
After that,
expert.
He disappeared to rejoin the training camp.
Do you think it was a fake Pallet?
Wait. Are you saying that after all this time you still haven't made it back to the base camp?
Hasn't it been a couple days?
Well, as you can see...
Is this Bennett's
That was
Bennett's
nothing
bad
really.
luck?
We just hit a few landslides and snowdrifts and took a few downhill tumbles.
Oh no.
You know the deal.
Oh
They
no.
sound like unforgettable life events to me.
Anyway, you are correct. We haven't made it to the base
He may be
camp yet.
unlucky, but he is
We have
indestructible
had
at this point.
Extraordinarily poor luck over the last few days. Almost as if a sinister force has been trying to thwart our
Trying to
every
stop the
move.
news of the imposter from reaching
Fortunately,
the
I
camp.
made advance arrangements for Gerald to remain in a safe location and conduct some basic physical training exercises.
Very smart, planning ahead.
I'm the one to blame for all this. I've always had bad luck and it always rubs off on everyone around me.
I think it's the
Sorry to create
imposter.
so much extra trouble for everyone.
Oh, don't feel so bad, Bennett.
I don't know what to say. Maybe this is the awesome power of fate. The scary kind, I mean.
It has nothing to do with fate.
I agree.
I am not scared to be around
We're
you.
just used to it now. Besides, it's not like we have the most amazing luck ourselves.
Watch a landslide come and just
Really?
wipe us all
I
out
think you
now.
guys have way better luck than I do.
Well, what can we do about that? Oh, Paimon knows. How about Paimon share some of her luck with you?
Can you do that,
You're
Paimon?
welcome to a bit of mine too.
Is that a power you
Although
have?
if the last few days are anything to go by, it seems in pretty short supply at the moment.
This is really sweet. Everybody's sharing their luck with him.
You guys.
Aw, he's so
Aw.
touched.
Thanks. With a little luck from everyone combined, we'll make it down this mountain for sure.
Yeah, you bet.
Let me flip a
The
treasure
excitement.
order insignia to test it out. All right, it's tails. The opposite of what I guessed.
Is that
You
bad?
can predict your fortune this way? But why
That
are you
good?
so happy that you got it wrong?
It has two sides, so there's a 50-50 chance of me getting it correct.
Indeed, the
Luck all
50-50.
comes down to probability, too. So as long as I use up all the bad luck, everything else will go smoothly.
I see.
Guessing wrong when I flip an insignia is one way to use up some of the bad luck. So the probability of having some good luck in the near future just got a little higher.
But wouldn't it be good luck to use up your bad luck? So that means that was actually lucky?
Why aren't you calling him out?
Come on, he isn't you. I'm actually
Guys,
polite to most
I guessed
people.
wrong in my insignia flip, which means we should be able to make it back to camp.
This is hilarious.
Paimon's not sure that's how
I'm enjoying this chance to get to know Bennett,
Let
not
me
going to
try.
lie.
It's this way, right?
Is it? I think it is.
Oh! Ow! My butt! What is this shard of ice doing here?
Oh dear.
How truly miraculous. This is a miracle of misfortune.
My goodness.
I don't usually believe in luck, but Bennett makes the best case for it I've ever seen. Amber, if you are ever required to partner with Bennett in your future work and you encounter anything like this again, do not take any rash action. Wait for me and I will come to support you.
Maybe if multiple people are there to bear the bad luck, it gets kind of distributed more evenly and the pressure's lifted. So it's not too harsh on any one person.
I feel a little tired. Trekking in the mountains has a way of wearing you out.
So Bennett just needs to be
Since
surrounded by
everyone
the
is
biggest
tired,
team possible.
Why not take a rest in my
And
camp?
everything will be fine.
Paimon's so sleepy.
Oh, we're all about to get ambushed.
Full of hot soup.
I am very much just waiting for the imposter albedo to, like, make some dynamite, set off an avalanche, and bury us all.
Suddenly, I'm kind of sleepy too.
Oh god, oh no, oh
Amber
no,
will
what's
fall
happening?
asleep in the snow if we keep going much longer.
And
Come on,
Eula will not let
let's
that
move.
happen.
We shall head to Albedo's camp.
What
and
do we
get
think
some
it is? Do we
rest.
think it's
Take
the
stock of our
mountain making
supplies,
us sleepy?
and decide how to get off this mountain.
I think it's the mountain making us sleepy. Is there any connections you think between the mountain Durin and the imposter? Because that was my first suspicion,
Here
but
we are. Make yourselves comfortable.
Albedo doesn't seem to think that there's a connection between between Durin specifically and the imposter.
I forgot I don't have that many chairs. Please wait a moment.
You just manifested that
What's he
clipboard.
doing? Painting?
Is he gonna do some alchemy? Can we
He's
do?
painting a chair. Wait, alchemy can turn paintings into objects? How is this possible?
Can it? Can
My
it?
paintings are like blueprints. Alchemy simply enables me to omit the manufacturing
I
part of
would
the
love
process.
to see this.
It's an elementary level technique.
It's
With
elementary.
enough research and experimentation.
That
The
symbol.
same technique can even
I've
be
definitely
used to
seen that
create
symbol
living
somewhere before.
beings.
Whoa.
He would be the
Since
expert,
you
wouldn't he?
magically produce chairs? Can I have one with a backrest?
I'll have a stool, please.
No problem. How many of you want backrests?
Me!
Me!
I'll also take one with a backrest, if you please.
I love this dynamic.
It comes with a juicer?
A juicer? A whole chair is way too big for you, surely.
You.
You never sit down, Paimon. I want to see the chairs.
Oh, we have chairs now!
Oh, he made us a stool.
This is so comfortable!
And he
Makes
even
me
made
wanna
one for
stay the night
Paimon.
here.
Unless
You're
he
very welcome to stay
didn't make
overnight
one
if
for
you wish.
himself.
There's still some time before dinner. Get some rest, everyone. I'll tend the stove.
You're a great
Hey
host.
now, we can't be letting you do all the work. I can help. Please, put me to work.
Your job is to sleep because you were sleepy.
It's so nice and warm here.
Oh, we can talk to everybody.
Joel's been
Look at all
doing
that
pretty good.
dialogue.
Having people to play with has put him in a good mood.
Oh, good.
I'll
He's
tell you
recovered
what,
from
though,
his incident?
He seems to have even more stamina than me.
Or has he been impostered now?
So long as they're playing, kids always seem to have endless amounts of energy.
True.
It's more dangerous up here than I thought. In a hostile environment like this, even a Knight of Favonius has to keep their eyes open and keep their wits about them at all times. Still, this has been a pretty unique adventure for me. It's definitely been worth it.
The panning
You know,
with the
when I was keeping Joel company, I started
PlayStation
missing
joystick.
my grandfather
Really
bad.
cool.
After he disappeared, I never saw him.
Wait.
My
Sorry.
grandfather really bad. After he disappeared, I never saw him again. I have no idea how he's doing.
I do remember that
At
her
least
story
what I
said
can
something
do
about her
is
grandfather,
focus on
right?
being a great outrider. If I can do that well, I know he'd be proud.
Disappeared. I didn't remember that part.
Oh, all that? Don't worry about it. Eula is a good person. She might not show it, but she'd never let that kind of stuff get to her. As for Bennett, he seems like the kind of guy who can keep his spirits up when things aren't going well.
Sorry, my bad.
I feel bad having to ask so much of Albedo, though. Still, it's kind of nice to have everyone together like this, so yay for silver linings.
Yeah, and he might be appreciating the company,
Sure
maybe?
thing. Bet you're tired as well. You should get some rest too.
It's at least changing things up a little bit for him.
Oh, pace yourself. Dinner could be a while. I still have a few things to prepare.
Hey, do you still have that, like, darkness that you extracted during our...
I hadn't expected
Experiments.
you to be so interested in paint.
Yeah, tell us about
I
paint!
once tried grinding mist flowers into powder and mixing it with white paint to replicate the sparkle of snowflakes.
How did it
The end
go?
result was quite satisfactory. But works that use this kind of paint need to be stored carefully.
Makes sense.
If you want to try it for yourself, I can help you.
How long does the effect of the mist flowers last for, though?
Even now, I don't believe I have fully grasped the nature of the threat that Dragonspine poses. But
It's a little mysterious,
I will
isn't it?
endeavor to keep you safe. That much you can trust in.
Aw, thank you. I feel very safe. I'm not even there. What am I
wish
talking
could
about?
Simply respond with, I'm fine. But
Aw.
you are a true friend to me. So I should be honest with you.
Wow.
Recently, certain questions have been occupying my mind. Questions about the nature of life and creation.
We switched from I'm
However,
fine to I'm
I
thinking
fear
about the
that
meaning of
rushing
life.
into a discussion with you on these topics before my ideas on them are fully formulated will bring you far more confusion than clarity. So I will wait till my thoughts are clear in my own head before I share them with you. Until then, please forgive me.
He gets an A+ for communication, my goodness. About what happened today.
Don't worry about it. A chance like this to gather around the fire and chat into the night is a rare and precious one for me.
Aw, he likes
I
having
won't
company.
participate in the conversation much. It's just a habit of mine. But
That's right,
please
'cause
know
he's
that I am
lonely.
enjoying the atmosphere all the same. Of
I
course,
remember now all my theories.
I'm happy to continue chatting with you if you'd like.
All my theories on him from last time.
This is my camp, but let's not get bogged down in technicalities. I want you to be able to relax and make yourself at home here.
Shout out to this person for recording
I
every
wonder
single
if there's
one
anything I could do to help out.
of all these discussions.
Oh,
This is
you
delightful.
mean Gerald? I heard that Eula developed a whole training program for him.
She works
He
fast.
might be new, but I bet he'll improve pretty quickly with a mentor like that. I feel bad. It's hard knowing that I've been causing so much trouble for everyone. Being a little unlucky is usually no big deal for me. But in a place like this, it makes me worry that something really bad might come of it. No, wait, I shouldn't have said that. I might have actually jinxed it now.
He must live a very stressful life.
You know me. Same old Bennett. Unlucky as ever.
Oh,
But as long as bad luck doesn't break me, I'll always get back up again. Especially on a cool adventure like this one. I gotta make the most of it. Sorry for dragging you guys into another situation. I didn't used to know any of these knights very well, but after spending some time with them on this trip, it's really opened my eyes to my own shortcomings. They're all so talented and kind. I have a lot to learn from them.
I thought he was going to say he was happy to be making
Gotta tell me
friends.
sometime how you managed to make friends with so many talented people.
But he sure does manage to turn everything
Okay,
around
cool.
into some
Make
way
sure you
to
eat
speak
plenty
badly
when
about
dinner's ready.
himself. That's concerning. It's nice to get to know him,
This
but I'm a
is
little
quite
worried about his mental
cozy
state.
For Dragonspine, I'm pleasantly surprised. I gave it a try, and I actually quite enjoyed it. But Amber said the snowman I made was too artistic. Apparently, the conventional style is more rotund in appearance.
Oh, did you make a
I
realistic
couldn't tell if she
one?
was complimenting me or mocking me. Either way, I'm not about to let it go.
Translation: she swore
I'm quite
vengeance.
familiar with Dragonspine by now. But this time, I have a newcomer to worry about. And I'm traveling in a group with Amber and the others. Not things I'm terribly well accustomed to. Still, I've taken the job, so of course I'll do what's asked of me to the fullest of my ability. I'll settle this score once this is all over. Me? I'm coping perfectly well. I don't need looking after. You should talk to Amber and Bennett. They're not as well acquainted with Dragonspine as I am. Seeing how much you can find to talk about even with Albedo, you must be quite the conversationalist. So put that skill to good use. Teach them all how to survive on Dragonspine. I'm sure this is well within your capability, no? If you're talking about Bennett's situation, I think I'm used to it now. It's hardly the end of the world.
They could be good
Don't
friends,
ruminate
huh?
on it. Take this chance to get some proper rest. The nights are long on Dragonspine.
She has the bearing to
A glass of ice-cold wine would not go amiss right now.
endure any sort of circumstance
mind
with
me.
grace.
Just do whatever you like.
That's what she was teaching us to do in her story quest. So she would be a good friend for Bennett,
It's
actually.
almost ready now. Traveler, please light the campfire and gather everyone for dinner.
Hey Amber, will you light the campfire, please?
Dinner's ready! Food's ready!
Remembering being on Dragonspine.
Let's eat!
I made a few dishes based on some popular Mondstadt recipes. This is no good hunter, but there should be enough to go around.
Thank you for
Please,
dinner.
help yourselves.
Wow, smells great. Don't mind if I do.
Technically, this
Wait,
whole time we have
don't
just
steal
been
all the fried
assuming
vegetables. Leave some for me. Hey!
that this is the regular Albedo, but I think at this point it's safe to assume, right? Unless he poisons us all now.
Paimon's full. What a great meal!
How do you feel, Paimon?
Albedo, you're
See, look,
too
she's not even
modest.
sitting down.
These dishes are as good as anything you'd
She
find in a
doesn't ever
top
sit down.
restaurant. Are all alchemists so good at cooking?
Seeing them sit with such good posture
You may be onto something there.
makes me adjust my position.
Paimon thinks so too! It's his lab manner that gives it away. The kind of guy who holds a potion bottle as steady as a rock isn't the kind of guy who's gonna be slapdash with his salt and pepper.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Aw, oh, he's smiling. I'm so happy for him. He said he wouldn't talk much, but he's so happy right now.
I'm so sleepy after all that food.
Oh no, did he poison you? Are you okay? Is Amber asleep too? He could just be in a food coma. I don't know when the last
fall
time
asleep
he
sitting up?
ate was.
He must be totally wiped out.
It's been a tough few days. I would not be surprised if he hasn't eaten in a
The
couple.
way he's sleeping is so alert. I'm impressed.
Anything could happen at any minute. He's always prepared, isn't he? Rest well, Bennett.
He seems to be in a deep sleep. Ooh, Paimon wonders if he sleep talks.
Oh no, Dad, no apples for me.
Do you have parents,
I want
Bennett?
Sticky honey roast and fisherman's toast.
You just ate.
Sticky honey roast. That's your favorite, isn't it, Amber?
Bennett was the imposter all along.
Sure is. Give me a sticky honey roast from Good Hunter
He's
any
practicing
day.
impersonating those around him.
I used to take Eula to Good Hunter a lot back when we first met. Before long, Sarah would start cooking our usual orders as soon as she saw us coming.
What's Eula's usual? I don't
She
remember
said
what
we
she ordered
the
last
same
time.
thing so often that it was practically muscle memory by that point.
She got the sauerkraut for her uncle, but
She also
Not
said
for
that
herself.
if everyone in Mondstadt ordered like we do, her job would be so much easier. All she'd have to do is memorize everyone's favorites.
Always eating together. Aww, it's nice that you two are so close.
red and blue.
The Traveler
They
and
match.
Paimon always eat together too. It's a sure sign of true friendship.
Two people simply sharing a meal says nothing either way about the relationship between them.
Eula's in
That
denial.
depends if it's a one-off meal or a regular occurrence.
He's not wrong. This meal, for instance, is a one-off, sadly.
Paimon just noticed something. Whenever Eula doesn't want to admit to something, she raises her chin or puts her hands on her hips.
Calling her out.
Ah, you've all picked up on that. Didn't know Eula's tells were so easy to spot.
She doesn't even bother
We
to
are
deny
done
it.
here, yes? I am free to go, am I not? Then please excuse me. I have a frozen lake I need to be at.
You're going for an ice bath at this time of night? Wait up! Don't go without me!
Thank
I
you for
thought you wanted
clarifying,
to get
Amber.
some sleep.
I was very curious why
So
she wanted to
maybe
go
you
to a
should
lake.
Stay here and rest.
Oh no, she's
I
going to
should
get
come with
impersonated.
you. It's late, and it's dark, and you're not good with directions like I am. Come on, let's go together.
Amber is practically glowing. It's hilarious to me. At least because there's two of them. They're probably not going to get impersonated, but they could die.
Nice bath.
That would be bad.
Whew. Rather them than Paimon.
Apparently it's very good for you, Paimon.
So much
Aw,
roast meat.
the sweet music.
Oh, hey, Dad. I'm doing all right. I'm the leader of my own adventure team now.
Aw.
Wow. Bennett really is a sleep talker.
I bet his parents
Okay,
have passed or
looks
something.
like we got some downtime now.
Alright,
Because that's
you
a
two,
rather old
time to
update
paint.
to be updating them with. Prepare to be amazed.
Have you decided what to paint?
Like you even need to ask. It's obviously going to be Paimon.
Okay. Paimon it
Sure.
is.
But we should move elsewhere. We're likely to disturb Bennett's sleep if we stay here, so let's go outside.
But Bennett will get snatched.
Alright, grab your easel, paper, brushes, and paints. Don't leave anything behind.
Paimon, would you be willing to stay with him just to keep an eye on him?
Hey, Paimon, no, don't touch that.
Why are we zooming in? Why are we zooming in?
Heck?
Don't touch that mechanism or you'll fall down. Ugh, well, never mind.
I don't know if Paimon can fall.
What the heck is this guy dreaming about?
Misfortune, apparently. Oh, does he always have bad dreams? That would be
Let's
sad.
paint here.
I'm really worried that the second we leave someone out of our
Put up
sight.
an elegant pose for your artistic reference.
Oh, if I could, I would take a picture.
Hey,
It's really
what's that
cute.
Look for? Cut the attitude and start putting your perfect Paimon down on the page. You better take this seriously, because this is going on Paimon's wall.
Alright then, I'll humor you.
Confidence is a good thing. Those to whom it is endowed do well to flaunt it. I'm looking forward to the finished piece.
Let's do our best.
Alright, let's
We have
start with
unsettling music again. Someone go check on Bennett, please.
what is written on Paimon's face?
Paimon's all out of brain juice. Paimon's peeved.
Huh? Is that how Paimon really looks to you?
Aww.
Okay, forget it. We can come back to that. Let's move on
That's
to the
sad.
body. Come on, paint what you see when you look at Paimon.
Top quality emergency food or a flying
I'm
pet.
starting to feel like this is not going to turn out so great.
Oh, I wish I could take this picture
Paimon's
too.
getting nervous.
The lighting is so nice.
Let me see. Let Paimon see.
Oh no.
What is that?
Not bad, right?
How could... Paimon, the brushwork is smooth
No
and the composition seems professional quality. You had no problems there. So what the heck happened with the face, huh? Explain that stupid expression. Explain it.
Smooth, professional quality.
Oh no.
Eyes, those boring, lifeless
Apparently we don't live up to his professional standards. It's in the smile, Paimon.
Traveler, have you previously received any education in the fine arts?
No, but art comes from the heart, so
Pour your heart on the page and this is what comes out?
I just wanted to convey how special you are.
Special, huh? You seriously think special is supposed to look this ugly? Paimon's not convinced. But Paimon is struggling to come up with a comeback.
Fascinating. Paimon, if this is not to your liking, I can make a few amendments.
You can fix this?
Traveler, what do you think?
Please. And thank you. You can fix this. It's a painting. I guess if it hasn't dried yet, he could move it around a little bit, but it would be difficult, I think.
Alright then. Paimon, is this better?
Oh my god, it's like Picasso's style from when he was a kid to when he was an adult. If you just flip around the order.
It's so pretty. Is that really what Paimon looks like?
That is gorgeous.
Adding flourish to the finished piece is an essential component of what makes art... art.
Also, it seems like
This
he
is
used a
not to say
completely
that
different
you
medium. That
differ
looks like
from the painting on a fundamental
drawing.
level, Rather, that the real you and the you in the painting present two different styles of beauty.
Aw.
You remain the core reference point for the painting. So, Paimon, you can put your misgivings aside and hang this painting wherever you like.
Now I see the gap in our painting talents.
Wow. Thanks, Albedo.
This is truly a trial by fire.
Merely added a
For
flourish
art.
here and there. You should be
Look at that
thanking the
grass
traveler.
hatching.
In truth, ground up overall is more or less an accurate description.
Oh
The
no.
more Paimon looks at it, the more she likes it. Great! Paimon has a portrait painting.
If you were able to actually get that painting from this event, Paimon looks so
It's
happy,
nothing.
thank you.
I can paint you next time, if you'd like. You can hang it in your home as a souvenir.
I want to put the
I
Paimon
rarely
painting in the
entertain so many
teapot,
guests at my camp.
is what I'm trying to say.
It's lively,
I don't have
a
one.
little noisy even, but I don't dislike it.
Aw.
Liveliness is a rare thing here on Dragonspine.
Oh, he seems to be going through a tough time right now. Besides the whole imposter thing.
New day! Let's go meet up with everyone.
The shadows deepen. Talk to everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm glad you're all alive and not
Hey,
impostered.
good morning.
Please verify your
I
identities.
slept great last night. How about you guys? All rested
Albedo?
up?
Albedo, are you
I'm
real?
fine, as usual.
I slept pretty well too. How about you,
The path down the
Albedo?
mountain is easier to follow in the daylight. Let's take this chance to head down to the base camp.
Alright. In 2 sentences, he has demonstrated care and consideration.
Lunch together.
It's probably him. The other Albedo. All I'm really holding on to is that he doesn't like
Another
people.
insignia just outside the camp. Wrong again.
Oh no.
So your bad luck is all used
Oh
up.
no.
We'll be down the mountain in no time.
Don't say that you're jinxing it.
Exactly.
Why is this animated? What's going on? Paimon, are you on guard? Is that a bomb? Avalanche.
Oh no.
I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. Everybody move. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Bennett is so unlucky. But oh no. If Albedo pops up
Paimon,
without
Are you
Bennett,
alright? Are you
it's
hurt?
definitely not him.
Paimon's fine.
I'm okay. You?
That's good.
This is a
My
new
arm's got
song.
A little scratched up, but it's nothing serious.
Eula, how about you?
But I don't see the other two.
This is a new
I'm
song.
afraid the
This is not a
avalanche may have
Dragonspine
pushed them off
song.
the cliff.
They fell down? They'll be okay though, right?
I think they're both robust enough to survive the fall. But if the falling debris knocked them unconscious, and they're lying there in the freezing cold,
That
we
would be
have to
bad.
get down there and rescue them immediately.
We should look to see if
Okay,
anybody
let's move.
caused that avalanche at the
Hang
top.
in there, guys.
And this is definitely... That song was an event-specific song, I want to say.
Bennett, are you okay? Shout if you can hear me.
You can tell we're reaching the end.
Bennett!
Question
A
marks
voice.
again.
Over there!
But we saw Bennett's shoes. Bennett, is it you?
I'm over here.
Identify yourself, stranger.
Are you hurt?
Are you real?
Let me check.
Where's Albedo?
I'm a little dizzy, but I'm not in any pain. I don't think I'm injured.
Where's
Thank
Albedo?
goodness, scared the life out of me.
If you're dizzy, sit and rest for a while.
It's fine, really. This kind of thing happens all the time. I'll be fine. Thank you.
I bet he'd be more upset if
Wait,
someone else was hurt
Where's
because of him.
Albedo? Isn't he with you guys?
That's a great
We
question.
thought he fell off the cliff with you. He still hasn't shown up?
Everyone on your
We
guard.
found Bennett here, so Albedo can't be far away. Keep searching this area.
I see that campfire. We should make him some healing food.
Well,
Now
any
that's
sign
the
of it?
Dragon Spine song.
Not a trace.
Nothing from me either.
What are these plants?
We didn't have
Never seen
anyone
plants
back
like that
there.
before.
Where could he have gone?
Unless we're near the
Everyone,
heart. There he is. Are you real? You look angry. Maybe I'm imagining it.
Are you okay?
You're not hurt?
nothing serious.
Okay, everyone accounted for.
Are we sure?
Guys, I think it's gotta be because of me. The avalanche only happened because I'm here.
If Albedo blames him,
I
it's
guess
not real
flipping a
Albedo.
treasure hoarder insignia isn't gonna change my luck after all. No wonder no one wants to go adventuring with me.
Hang in there, buddy.
I'm so sorry.
We just gotta get him off
Don't
this
say
mountain.
that. I'm hardly the lucky type myself, so I'm not about to go blaming every little thing that goes wrong on you.
I'm so
Exactly.
nervous right now.
Besides, Dragonspine is a dangerous place. Avalanches literally come with the territory. Bad luck has nothing to do with it.
Oh, was that really an
Traveler,
accident?
what's wrong?
My question exactly. We never checked the top of it.
Oh no, did you get hit on the head?
No, I'm fine, Paimon. Oh, no, I'm fine.
Everyone, the incident is behind us now. We should keep moving.
Why do I
You
feel
seem
that
tense.
Dragonspine has become more dangerous than it used to be? I hope it's just my imagination.
Is it just my imagination,
Our
or
top
does he
priority
seem
now is to
tense?
get off the mountain and regroup with the adventurers. Whatever further dangers this mountain has to throw at us, we must face them together.
Agreed. Guys,
God, I
keep your
wish
eyes
we had
peeled
established a
and watch your
code
step.
word.
Careful does it.
Somebody interrogate Albedo right now, please.
We've been heading in
We
the right
talked to him
direction for a good
suspiciously
length of
little
time
just now.
We must be getting close. I can feel it.
I'm so nervous.
Sight! Hooray! As soon as we get to base camp, Paimon wants a bowl of hot soup and some barbecued meat.
It's totally not him. It's totally
I
the
hope we can all
imposter.
get there
It has to be the
safely.
imposter.
No more incidents, please.
He's barely saying a word. Oh, he jinxed it. And he's not. Weird things have been happening this whole trip. Something feels wrong, but what is it?
You seem a little distracted.
With some things, I don't know where to
Something's up,
begin.
isn't it? Are you hungry? Cold? Shall Paimon hug your head to warm you up?
That's
I don't
adorable.
think I've spent so much time on Dragonspine before. It sure is cold, but the view is amazing. Isn't it, Eula?
Do you sense that something is off as well?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What did you say?
I was just thinking.
Something is off.
Whenever I've met up with you at Dragonspine in the past, we always stick to the same few spots. It's much more vast and beautiful here than I
I know where we
realized.
are. We're near one of the daily
If
locations.
it were a little warmer and a little
Approximately.
safer, I bet this place would be bustling with visitors.
Something seemed to grab Eula's attention. What does she sense? Oh, does
I
she sense that
agree.
something's off too?
People are put off by the cold.
We have not looked at Albedo in too long.
They don't realize that there's much.
If I
to
don't see him
explore
smile in the
beyond
next
the
minute,
exterior.
it's
If
definitely the
you were
imposter.
willing to spend the time and energy. Albedo, is this the way down?
Chance.
Yes.
It's not him.
I
It's
think
not
there
him.
are several routes in this area.
He does not look like that. He does not speak like
Does
that.
the path fork off here? It looks like it does.
Every time we get separated from him,
But maybe it doesn't.
he's
My
replaced.
head's still a little fuzzy.
God, how
from
many
the
imposters
impact.
are there?
I'm kinda dizzy too. I keep thinking things are swaying a little.
It's the mountain.
Maybe I'm just hungry.
Someone's been
Either
deliberately.
path will work for
It's
us.
always those two.
The smaller trail is less worn and harder to see, but it's also shorter.
He speaks so
Since
differently.
everyone is weary, I suggest we take the shortcut.
That's not how he speaks. And now he's smiling. This is a trap. This is a trap. That's not him. That's not how he speaks. He's recommending the more dangerous path, or the path that he's going to use to lead us into a trap or something. I don't know. What is your
Wait.
goal here? Is this the place with the puzzle that I never did? The geo puzzle? Why are you all looking at me?
And Amber don't
Thank
look
you.
well. Can we take a break? We can continue once their conditions have improved.
Yeah, it's always those two.
Now that you mention it.
Is it because they're pyro users? That's the only
You hit your head
similarity.
earlier, didn't you?
Oh, she hit her head.
You noticed. Are you sure it's worth holding everyone up over a little thing like this?
Yes, hitting your head is no joke.
Health and safety always come first.
Take a break, both of
Okay.
you.
Sorry for this. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, that's not what he wanted. That's not what he wanted.
Drinking some water.
What does
can
he
help
want?
with
Look
the
at him,
dizziness.
way over there.
Oh, and
Suspicious.
lying flat on your back helps too.
Thank you.
I love
but
all these tips that he
seems like
knows.
you really know your stuff.
Well, when life gives you lemons.
You become an expert
Bet
at
it.
lemonade.
Weren't you feeling dizzy too?
I'm so
Stop
nervous.
pushing yourselves, both of you.
Look at him over in the
Get some
background,
rest. We'll
side-eyeing
continue
us
when you've
all.
gathered your energy.
Eula might come off as a little frosty, but she takes caring for her friends super seriously, more than anyone else I know. Every time I see that look on her face, I'm just like, stop staring at me.
Traveler.
I love how well
what
they
that
know
look
each other.
means. What's on your mind?
I have a bad feeling about this. It's like something
Maybe
bad's
seasoned
about to
veterans
happen.
have an instinct for it.
Right?
I sense it too.
Something's off.
Something seems to have changed, but I can't confirm for sure. It could be difficult to verify.
Ask Albedo to draw something. What do you think it is? Oh, look at that. He's got his
might be
chalkboard again.
Imprudent to speculate out loud. But I believe you know what I am referring to.
She's on the same page. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Is he laughing?
Traveler,
Did he just
I
laugh? Oh no, oh no. What's he doing? Watch out? Why is he laughing? What did... Oh, did he just make... Ooh! Oh my god! Oh, that's so cool! I love seeing people use their abilities. Oh my god! Wait, wait! I was supposed to say, I love seeing people using their abilities in cutscenes, but that wasn't... He's Geo, that was not Geo. Oh, they're fighting Amber! That was so cool. Is he smiling? He's smiling as he... Oh my god, oh my god. Everyone knows what's happening now. Oh, epic. Amber has the Favonius bow. Yeah, that is not Geo. I don't think that's alchemy either. Is this... Hey, the Traveler's handy sword because he gets hurt so much. Oh, he is... Oh my god. Is he... What? What? What was he going to do? What was that? Oh my god. Well, that's one way to deal with the problem. Oh my god.
Albedo, what?
It's not over yet.
Oh, what is he? Are we going to see what he is? He's definitely some sort of cryo-aligned creature, wouldn't you say? Ooh. I'm sorry, a whopper... A whopper flower?
Brace yourselves. This will be a challenge.
All of a sudden, I'm very glad I didn't play this event.
I'm going to cut this weed down.
Bellflower, long concealed crisis. No, I take it back. I wish I played this event anyways, even if I had to fight a giant whopper flower. A giant whopper flower that may or may not summon slimes.
What in
So
the
wait, he was a
world
whopper
that?
flower?
One moment it was human, the next it was a plant.
I knew those whopper flowers were insidious.
We're fine. But can you please tell us what's going on? I don't understand.
How do we get from
I
A
take
being a
this
whopper
monsters
flower
who
to
might
B
have the
being an
pleasure of meeting
albedo?
last time.
I would
Correct.
agree.
As you might have guessed, this is a mutated whopper flower. An extremely rare kind.
Emphasis on extremely.
Can whopper flowers turn into humans?
Yeah, since when can whopper
Not
flowers turn into
typically.
humans?
But conditions on Dragonspine are far from typical.
Okay,
Perhaps
so
the
it is a
dragon's
Dragonspine
blood seeped into
thing?
the land, then was passed to the monsters via the ley lines, accelerating their rate of mutation.
But why would he target
How could that
albedo?
happen?
This mountain is home
Just
to
because
the
he lived
remains
there
of
for so
Durin,
long?
the venomous dragon. If there is anywhere in the world one might expect life to do unfathomable things, it would most likely be here.
Or because of their
Durin was
connection,
an
but what would
artificially
Durin have
created
against
life
it?
form. Its existence is nothing short of a miracle, and proof of countless possibilities. In other
Yourself
words,
included?
this mountain we stand on is a cradle of life's profoundest mysteries.
That was such a cool cutscene. That was so cool.
Terrifying hotbed of possibilities.
Oh, I love
The
Dragonspine.
avalanche. It must have been the work of this imposter.
I think so too. I think
Agreed.
all your accidents have been.
All the other troubles you faced
Exactly.
on the way down could also have been its handiwork. My guess is that it was targeting everyone that I've had contact with.
But why? And why did this whopper flower
Right,
steal
I
your
forgot all
alchemy
about
notes?
It's not inconceivable.
But what was its purpose? Was it just trying to get rid of us?
It seems to have something against being judged
I
good
have a
or
preliminary
bad,
hypothesis on this.
and something against
Whopper
humans.
flowers are masters of mimicry,
They are?
and those we encounter in the wild often appear in the vicinity
True.
of the plants they impersonate.
They disguise themselves
In
as
other words,
plants.
The whopper flower likely has an instinct to replicate and replace.
You could call
As a
them
plant,
plants.
It will disguise itself as another plant and infiltrate the group, hiding among them for cover. The plant being imitated has no way to detect or fight back against this behavior.
That's
But
true.
when it disguises itself as a human.
It wanted to replace you and infiltrate our group?
Just on
Yes.
instinct, he's saying.
Maybe it created the avalanche to get rid of us. I predicted this eventuality, so I availed myself of the avalanche to hide and lure it out.
Oh, clever.
It was watching us the whole time. And when it saw that I had disappeared, its instinct was to take my place. At that point, its disguise was complete, and its next move was to hunt its prey.
Are whopper flowers
Yes,
carnivorous,
that's
do you
exactly
think?
how whopper flowers operate.
They hide as plants,
So
and
when
then
it
when you try to
approached and
pick them,
attacked Joel-
they try to eat you?
What was that? A trial run?
Yeah.
Perhaps. Or maybe it enjoyed posing as a human, and wanted to experience what it felt like to be human.
Oh, did it really want
We're
to be
fortunate to have
human?
discovered it in time. I think the Traveler was the first person other than Albedo to notice something was wrong.
Eula, you were very
Traveler.
perceptive too.
How could you tell the real me and my imposter apart?
I
The
wanna
imposter
know
was
too.
angry.
I had no idea the other guy was an imposter. They looked exactly the same to me.
The imposter didn't have a star-shaped
I
mark?
see.
Oh!
Goes to show how difficult it is to impersonate a human. This mutant whopper flower tried its best to replicate the original exactly, but still managed to miss some details.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable. To think that Dragonspine creates such terrifying possibilities.
And to think it created all the clothes perfectly, but it missed the... A piece of the puzzle still missing? Was this the same one we met on the day... We were chasing the thief. It did feel different! Okay. Could the whopper flower's
Anyway,
mutation be
at least we
unstable?
won in the end. It looks like
Was that what she said? Yeah.
Anyway, at least we won in
No,
the end.
no, was there more than
Looks
one?
like my method did work out.
Is there more than one?
I used up all the bad luck, and the good luck finally came through.
About that. If you're referring to having fallen down the mountain and avoided injury, well, that's because I was secretly protecting you.
Well, yeah, he dove after him.
Huh? Well, that still counts as good luck to me.
The good luck of having good companions around you.
Yes, that's not an unreasonable way of looking at it.
See, he speaks and behaves so
Okay.
differently from the imposter
Been
one.
delayed long enough. Time to move on.
His voice lifts up at the end instead of going down. Oh, why are you looking at me? Why did you look at the camera? That was suspicious. He also thinks there might be more than one.
Cyrus doesn't seem to be here. He must have headed up the mountain. Let's wait for him here.
They've all been
Are
replaced.
you feeling better?
Yep, all good now. Nothing to worry about.
I don't know what I'd do
we
without you
sure?
guys. If not for you, I'd probably still be locked up in that cage. I really want to thank you all properly, but I can't think how at the moment.
Don't die.
You must be pretty used to being on the receiving end of people's kindness by now, though, surely. You probably need it often enough given your... situation.
Come on, don't put it like that. Sure.
Don't make him feel
plenty
bad,
of people
Paimon.
have shown me kindness before, but that doesn't mean I will ever take it for granted. No matter how many times people help me out in life, I will never forget any of them.
That's really sweet,
Well,
Bennett.
Instead of repaying those who helped you, perhaps you could help others yourself. Everyone meets others in need from time to time. By choosing to be there for them, you're passing the kindness you received onto others.
Aw, that's true.
Yep, you're right. That's what I've always tried to do, and will always continue to do. Right. And when Cyrus gets back, I'll find some way to help him out too.
This has been quite an eventful day.
I'm pretty sure it's been
Yeah,
more
it has.
than a couple
It's
days.
really hit me how tired I am.
I guess she
now
just
that I've
means
started
the
to
final
relax.
battle. Hang in there, Amber.
I need to rest. Everyone, please excuse me for a while.
Eula, are you an imposter?
Yeah, I need to get some water and maybe a piece
Maybe
of
not.
fruit. Once I'm rested up, I need to get back to being an instructor again.
Because we've been together the rest of the time, right?
Well, it looks like the curse of the mountaineers who couldn't get off the mountain is finally broken. Feels like an action-packed chapter has come to a close. Shall we find somewhere to rest and chat too?
Why not? Then please, come with me.
Knew he had something to say to me. Something did feel
You
unresolved.
sensed something too, didn't you?
Oh?
Then let's go.
That look at the end, when he looked at the camera.
Your camp again? Paimon thought maybe we could talk here.
Come on, Paimon.
Okay. Might as well
We're going all the way back up the mountain.
Shall we set off right away?
Do we have another whopper flower to track down? Here we go. Here we go. At least he teleported
Sorry
us
for
there.
bringing you back here once again. Some topics are best discussed in private.
What do you
Is this
suspect,
about the
Albedo?
imposter?
That's right.
There's more than
I have
one.
to say, Traveler, I'm very surprised you noticed the difference between me and the imposter.
Do you mean the mark on your neck?
Yes. This mark. Perhaps it's where it all began.
Does it mean something?
Ooh, sounds like the beginning
It
of a
almost
big
certainly means
story.
something. He wouldn't
Keep going.
put something there or have something there for no reason.
Can't deny that what I'm about to say
Right?
does sound like something from a children's storybook.
What you got, Albedo?
So, what do you think this diamond-shaped mark means?
I have no earthly idea.
A tattoo? A crest? Something else?
A scar?
Consider it a birthmark.
It
Have you
represents
ever
something.
seen an intricate glass
right?
ornament and wondered how it was made? Well, one method for crafting with glass is a
Paimon.
technique known as glass blowing.
Is this like your belly
Glass
button,
blowing
basically?
is not a widely known art in Tevat. For this reason, glassware made in this way is usually very
Really?
expensive.
You know, I'm thinking about the
As
potions
name
event with
implies,
all the potions
glass
bottle.
blowing involves blowing air into a hole, much like
He
blowing
had a
up
lot
a
of
balloon.
glasses then.
This type of glassware is known for having a pontal mark at the point where the blowpipe was inserted, where the hole was sealed at the very end. This mark is a sign that the item was crafted by a human hand.
Yeah, so it's basically his belly button.
Kind of amazing.
It
I'm
is
guessing.
a wondrous and beautiful art form. Alice says that these marks are seen
Alice!
as proof of the maker's fine handiwork, the only flaw in an otherwise perfect work of art. My mark is something similar to this. The difference between synthetic and natural life lies in the directional flow of the life force.
Oh?
The energy of a natural life form flows out from within. That's why flower buds bloom and curled leaves unfold. And it's the very reason we watch and wonder at blossoming flowers. Creating life artificially, on the other hand, involves, to a certain extent, the introduction
giving
of
us
an
so much
external source of
information.
energy into the embryonic life form. When the hole where the life force was infused is sealed at the end, it leaves a mark not dissimilar to the pontal mark in blown glasswares.
Is it also
The
his heart
alchemical
then?
substance drips and spreads out in all directions, resulting in this rather ingenious diamond shape.
Interesting.
Wow. So that's where
But he's giving us so much information, I'm almost worried. Like, we could use this information to hurt you so easily. He must trust us so much.
it came from.
This mark is a sign of my artificial origins, and proof of my imperfection as a human.
So it's very ironic
I
that the whopper
presume
flower
the
missed it.
imposter intentionally avoided replicating this mark,
Oh.
so as not to become less than perfect himself.
Because he wanted to be human, not Albedo, specifically. Yeah, should you be
are
telling me all this?
fundamentally different from other people. I have few qualms about sharing my secrets with you.
Aw,
Just as
I'm
Paimon
glad.
said, it all sounds like a story.
he wanted somebody that he could
Even
relate
if you
to,
were to tell
so
anyone else, they would regard it as nothing more than a tall tale.
I hope we can be that person
The
for him.
transcendent and miraculous are not the only things to which human beings aspire. They pursue the everyday, the ordinary, to a far greater extent than I would have ever imagined.
Hence the notion
People
of
like to
otherness.
believe that those who are thoroughly different from themselves could only ever exist in stories. It makes things much easier.
That's very similar to what the
Or,
whopper
in
flower
other
was
words,
saying about humans
All
choosing
the
good and
unfathomable
bad.
things we've seen recently would make good material for a novel.
Or a
I have
story.
friends who write novels.
Oh?
If they wrote this story, it'd probably be even more complex.
Lots of twists and
Making up
turns.
stories is easy. Even Paimon can do that.
Oh. I didn't know you had that kind of talent.
I didn't know you had that kind of talent, Paimon.
Paimon's the best guide in Tibet. Making up stories is a piece of cake.
Are you saying that everything
In
you've
that
ever
case,
told us
how
is a
about we have
lie?
a storytelling contest.
Oh?
We can base our stories on the events of the last few days.
Sounds great. But we still have to help out the Adventurers Guild.
They're still
I
training?
understand. Creativity is something that cannot be rushed. Take your time, and come back when you have found some inspiration. We'll see whose story is more compelling.
Deal.
See, his neutral face has a bit of a smile to it,
Adventurers Guild for now.
while the imposters did
Sure.
not. Okay, so that painting of Paimon, is that just there forever now? Ooh. Oh, he looks so serious.
My story. Yes, I should have known.
What?
Master's failed specimen in the dragon's belly. This is where the story truly begins.
Excuse me? What does that mean?
If we switched places, if you were the survivor,
What? What?
the Nasty abandoned experiment, the failure of the primordial human project,
Wait, what?
I'd want to replace you too.
Wait, there is another.
I
wait.
would replicate your appearance, study your alchemy, and create miraculous life forms to divert your attention.
Wait. Wait.
I would wait for the right moment, then dispose of you and the Traveler,
Wait.
the sole person to have known your secret. And then, I could finally experience the joy of being brought into the world.
What? Okay. One more time. So there's this one. Here's what I'm understanding from this, but there's something that's not quite clicking for me. What I'm understanding is that there was the, what was it, primordial human project that Rhine-daughter was working on. She made one that failed. She made one that succeeded. This is the one that's considered the success.
You too.
And see how it doesn't have it. That's rude of me. He doesn't have a mark on his neck, and that's probably why he's considered a success. And so Albedo is saying, yes, I understand why the Whopper Flower was doing what it was doing. The Whopper Flower didn't want to replace Albedo. It wanted to replace this guy, the success, shall we say, of this project. And then the Whopper Flower would kill Albedo and would kill the Traveler and Paimon, because they're the only ones who would know that he wasn't human, because technically this guy isn't human either, even though he's like the perfect version, shall we say. Is that what's going on here? But then what were you saying? One more time, Albedo. So wait, Albedo's considered...
Yes, I should have known. Master's failed specimen in the
He's
dragon's
considered
belly.
the failure?
This is where the story truly begins. If we switched places, if you were the survivor,
If you were the survivor... The survivor of what? The survivor of an earlier incident? Or the survivor of Albedo and the Whopper Flower's fight just now?
the nasty abandoned experiment,
The abandoned experiment. That's probably Albedo,
the failure of the primordial human project,
because he's considered the
I'd
failure.
want to replace you too.
But if... Oh! Okay. Albedo thinks that this guy is dead. Here's my question. Why on earth is this guy wearing Albedo's clothes? If this guy is considered the perfect version, what need does he have to replace Albedo? Except that Albedo has what he probably can't obtain, which is human connection, or just a place within the world. I don't know. But I'd want to replace you too. He's saying that if this guy had survived, he'd want to replace him too, right?
If we switched places, if you were the survivor, the nasty abandoned experiment, the failure of the primordial human project, I'd want to
If you were the survivor, that's the part that's not quite clear to me. If you were the survivor of what?
you too.
So he would
I
replace
would
him,
replicate your appearance,
replicate the appearance.
study your alchemy, and create miraculous life forms.
So wait, are you going to
divert
go-
your attention.
And create life forms to divert your attention. When did that happen? That didn't happen in this, did it?
I would wait for the right moment, then dispose of you and the Traveler, the sole person to have known your secret.
Or is this the other guy speaking of Albedo?
Or the
Let's see if we see it from that angle.
If we switched places, if you were the survivor, the nasty abandoned experiment, the failure of the primordial human project, I'd want to replace you too.
That doesn't make any sense. If we say, okay, it's not Albedo speaking, it's this other Albedo speaking right now, it doesn't make any sense. If you were the survivor...
If we switched places, if you were the survivor, then as the abandoned experiment, the failure of the primordial human project, I'd want to replace you too. I would replicate your appearance, study your alchemy, and create miraculous life forms.
But why does it look like he's going to go fight him? That's a terrible idea.
I would wait for the right moment, then dispose of you and the Traveler. The sole person.
This is the part that worries me, though. The sole person to have known your secret. Either he's so in the mindset that he, as the failure, is the imperfect copy, and that the success, putting this in air quotes, by the way, that the successful version of him is like the real one, that this secret isn't even Albedo's secret, but it's that guy's secret.
To have known your secret. And then, I could finally experience the joy of being brought into the world.
Okay. The first half of it only makes sense if it's Albedo saying it, and the second half of it makes the most sense if it's the other guy saying it. Let's see. Okay, no, we're moving on. I've said my theories. I don't think I'm going to have any new ones if I just listen to it again and again 5 times, but believe me, I will. Okay, so that's the end of that, I guess. Wow. Well, thank you so much to this person, Gamer's Little Playground, I guess, for sharing this video with us. What? Albedo. Every single time I do an Albedo event, it just reminds me why he's my favorite character of all time. I so badly wish I had Albedo as a character. I think I've said this before, just because I want to take him out to the world so that he can experience life surrounded by friends, which is extremely cheesy of me to say. But when he says things like, I could finally experience the joy of being brought into the world, like, don't you want to give the man a chance to experience joy or something? Anyways, that was incredible. I'm going to be thinking about... Actually, wait, I can probably bring that up quietly. I'm going to be thinking about this end little cutscene thing.
We switched places.
What do you mean, Albedo? Who's who?
Then as the abandoned experiment, the failure of the primordial human project.
So that's
I'd want to replace you too.
If we switched places, if you were the survivor, then I, as the imperfect one, would want to replace you, implied, because you're the perfect one.
I would replicate your appearance.
I'd replicate your perfect experience, study your alchemy, which is better than mine, create miraculous life forms. He's talking about Durin! Look at me. I probably won't have any more theories. Wait, maybe he's talking about Durin, because Durin, it could be said, created this whopper flower, which he said was a miraculous life form, and, proof of the endless possibility of Dragonspine. And, that would make sense, because my first question was, where on earth have we seen any miraculous life forms in this whole business? From that. The whopper flower.
Miraculous life forms.
So wait, let's try that. Let's try that interpretation.
Then as the abandoned... If you were the survivor...
If you were the survivor... Durin...
Then as the abandoned experiment, the failure of the primordial human project...
So he might not even know that there's this other Albedo. No, he probably knows that there's this other Albedo. Okay, so here's the thought. He's not saying that Rhine-daughter ever succeeded at the primordial human project. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. But all he's saying here is that he's the failure.
Experiment. The failure of the primordial human project.
So what he's doing is he's swapping the position. So Durin is the project that's been abandoned. Wanted to replace Albedo, and that would make a lot of sense, because remember earlier that whopper flower was so angry, talking about humans. Rhine-daughter must be human. That's where that grudge came from. Humans choose one thing to be good and one thing to be bad, and then they want to dispose of the bad thing. So Durin feels, if it's Durin talking, or if this is Durin's perspective. That's what Durin feels like happened. Durin feels abandoned. And so then, seeing this guy walking around, who has basically what Durin wants, Durin wanted to replace him.
I'd want to replace you too.
By copying his form,
I would replicate your appearance, study
stealing his notes, and creating the Whopper flower.
Life forms to divert your attention.
To divert your
I
attention.
would wait for the right moment, then dispose of you and the Traveler, the sole person to have known your secret.
So, what I'm guessing happened is, this whole time, I don't know if I ever managed to say it, because these events are very fast-paced for me, and I have a hard time getting everything I want to say in, but I was wondering, I kept thinking, oh, is Durin involved, because Albedo's been on the mountain for so long, and they discussed a couple times that sense of always being watched. If Durin is always watching, then you can assume that anything said and done on this mountain is known by Durin. If Durin is conscious at all, because Durin's dead, but you know what? No, dragons never really die, do they? Anyways, so when the Traveler said that the Whopper flower had missed the little diamond mark, and Albedo looked very shocked. Did we say that in the camp or on the mountain? I'm pretty sure we said that on the mountain. And so Durin knew. So this could be another copy made by Durin, intended to be a better replica.
And then I could...
Wait, but then no, it would have the diamond. Go back.
Then dispose...
That's not back enough. Doesn't have the diamond again. Okay, my theory has failed again.
Then dispose of you and the Traveler, the sole person to have known your secret. And then I could finally experience the joy of being brought into the world.
But, okay. My new theory about Durin does not explain why there's that new Albedo again, with the same, shall we say, mistake as last time. It doesn't have the diamond mark. But, ignoring what on earth is that guy doing there, all the words match Durin. Because didn't we read in that book that Gold set Durin out to experience the joy of the world?
I could finally...
And we don't know what happened, but at some... Like, maybe Gold was like, oh, my adorable little dragon Durin, you're so precious and cute, go out into the world and experience joy. And then Durin goes out into the world and is actually a bloodthirsty monster who is cursed and venomous and poisonous, and everyone else is like, why on earth did you create this thing? Or something happened between point A and point B that poisoned Durin. And then Durin went on to poison other people, because we know that poison can be spread. It spread to Dvalin, and then it spread from Dvalin to Venti, even. So, also, this little zoom out here, I could finally experience the joy of being brought into the world. And what are we looking at? We're looking at Dragonspine, which is basically synonymous with Durin at this point in time. So the words all match if this is Durin's perspective. My remaining question is just, who on earth are you? Who is this? Could it be both?
The nasty abandoned experiment.
Let's see.
The failure of the primordial human project.
So, Albedo, as he's saying this, is relating to Durin. Saying, like, I understand what you did. Here's what you were trying to do. Like, this is what you did, and this is what you were trying to do. And that's why all the words match Durin. But at the very beginning, he's basically empathizing because of this line right here.
The abandoned experiment. The failure of the
as the failure. So, if we see Durin as a failure, because he was... I don't know if he was intended to be poisonous or not, but he became poisonous and then he was killed. If we see him as a failure, Albedo is identifying with him as a likewise failure of the primordial human project.
The failure of the
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Durin was not part of the primordial human project because, as far as I'm aware, Durin was a dragon. So... I believe this line is Albedo empathizing with him as they are both similar, heavy air quotation marks here, failures of their own projects. And if Albedo is the failure of his project, does that mean this guy is the success? Because he doesn't have that little mark, so he's considered perfect? Or it could just be that this is another whopper flower made by Jiren. And maybe he made 2. Because Albedo, was it, brought up the theory that the first imposter we saw was not the same as the second imposter we saw. Because the first imposter we saw was very vocal about his anger and about his dislike of humanity. And the second imposter we saw was very quiet, but certainly tried to do, get the job done. So that was the whopper flower that we fought. This could have been the first imposter, and that's why Jiren hasn't, shall we say, fixed, quotes again, the diamond-shaped mark on his neck, because this has already been made. Even though Jiren now knows what he missed, if he's listening, if he intentionally created these, even though he now knows that he missed the diamond mark, this person was already created by the time he learns that. So this could be the first imposter that we saw.
Study your alchemy.
Not necessarily the success of Albedo's line of experiments.
I would wait for the right moment.
I freaking love this character and this story. This is so well done. I'm so happy right now.
I could finally experience the joy of being brought into the world.
I love the Dragonspine flavor of taking really sad words and putting them to beautiful music and sights. Oh my goodness, the essence of melancholy. I'm so happy right now. If I were to ever get Albedo as a character, I think I might just immediately ascend into Celestia, and then I could get all my answers there. Look at that. And, oh my god! Was this sitting in the recommendeds the whole time? This is why I never look at the recommendeds before I watch one of these videos. I'm very careful to ignore this column. Oh my god. That was amazing. I'm so happy right now. I'm so glad I was able to finally watch this. This was incredible. Now, you've heard all my theories if you've been listening to the theories. There they are. I would love to invite everyone, if you have any theories to throw out there, please put them in the comments. I would love to read them. As far as I know, this is the last Albedo-centric event, so I think I have all the information I'm going to get, but if there is more information that I'm missing, maybe put that one under a spoiler warning. I don't know. Or maybe tell me where to find it so that I can find the information, learn the information, and then we can all theorize together. That would be nice. So, I'm so happy. This is my favorite event. I want to go back to Dragonspine. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. If you have any additional theories, I would love to hear them. I sure hope that Albedo wins this fight that he's gearing up for. Buddy, why don't you just invite us with you if there's another whopper flower? I guess he's just very confident that he'll win this. Good luck, don't get replaced. And yeah, please share your theories with me if you are willing. And I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now! But wait, there's more! Hi everyone, it's Editing Larua here. While I was going through the video, I was getting it ready to post, and I was making the caption and everything, I went to go get the link to the video that I watched. And when I was doing that, I stumbled across another video that I noticed was suspiciously longer than the one that I had watched. Now, there's always a little bit of variation between different recordings, even if it's of the same event, because people take longer or quicker to click through the dialogue and all that. But this was a significant amount of time longer, and happily, there are these little things down here at the bottom, the little sections, so I can kind of see what it's about. And some of this stuff, we never talked about any of this stuff, so I think I missed something. I missed nearly 30 minutes of something, I think. So, I'm going to watch this video, and we're going to add this on to the end of my previous reaction. Does this mean that my ending theorizing segment might be completely obliterated in the near future? Quite possibly. It was short-lived, but still it was precious. I'm assuming this will give us more information, and I'm excited to see how that affects things. I've backed this up a little bit just to kind of refresh my memory as we go into the new segments. So, sorry about the little false ending there, but that is the weakness of reacting to all these events blind. I can't exactly check the videos that I'm going to be using because then it wouldn't be a blind reaction. So, we have this lovely 4K video posted for us by Adriatic Raven. Thank you, Raven. And hopefully, this is something new and not me just not understanding what these little subtitles are referring to. I don't recall anything about Joel, though. That's right, because you're going to build a snowman with him, and then he just vanished. Oh my goodness. Justice for Joel. Let's see what this is all about. So this was after we...
Sorry for bringing you back here once again.
Stopped at the Knights of
Some topics
Favonius.
are best discussed in private.
Is this about the imposter?
That's right. I have to say, Traveler, I'm very surprised you noticed the difference between me and the
Right,
imposter.
so... We've
Yes.
already dealt with the imposter,
This
at
mark.
least one of the two that maybe are running
Perhaps
around.
it's where it all began.
We learn about
Ooh,
his
sounds like the beginning of a
mark.
big
This thing calls it a
story.
birthmark in
Keep going.
quotes. Oh yeah, he calls it a
Oh,
birthmark,
I,
doesn't he?
Can't
I
deny
call it a
that
belly
what I'm
button.
about to say does sound like something from a children's storybook.
He does his
So,
glass blowing analogy,
What
right?
do you think this diamond-shaped mark means?
A tattoo? A crest? Something else?
A scar?
Consider it a birthmark. Have
Right,
you ever
he
seen
brings
an
up the
intricate
birthmark.
glass ornament and wondered how it was made? Well, one method for crafting with glass is a technique known as glass blowing.
I do wonder if
Glass
people who played
blowing
this
is
event
not a
now get
widely
to
known
have the
art into
Paimon
that.
painting
For this
up in his
reason,
laboratory for the
glassware
rest of
made in
time.
this way is usually very
Because
expensive.
currently in my
As
version
the
of
name
Albedo's lab,
implies,
it's the
glass blowing
hilly trail
involves blowing
painting.
air into a hole,
And that wasn't there until
much
I
like
did
blowing
his
up a
story
balloon.
quest.
This type
So,
of glassware is known for
Does that mean the
having a
people who got
pontoon
to do
mark
this quest
at
now
the
have
point where
Paimon
the
in there?
blowpipe was inserted, where the hole was sealed at the very
That
end.
must be nice.
This mark is a sign that the item was crafted by a human hand.
Sounds kind of amazing.
So it does
It
bring up the
is a
question, do you think
wondrous
the
and
Wallflower
beautiful art
deliberately
form.
left it out?
Alice says that these marks are seen as proof of the maker's fine handiwork, the only flaw in an otherwise perfect work of art. My
Aw, I
mark
don't know if I
is
would call it
something
a flaw.
similar to this. The difference between synthetic and natural life lies in the directional flow of the life force.
I love Dragonspine
The
music.
energy of a natural life form flows out from within. That's why flower buds bloom and curled leaves unfold.
So do you
It is
think
the very
he
reason we watch and
pulls
wonder
energy
at blossoming
in?
flowers.
If he is
Creating
not a
life
natural life?
artificially, on the other hand, involves
An
to a
external
certain
source of
extent,
energy, yeah. So do you
the
think that he
introduction
pulls
of
life
an
in,
external
or
source of
energy
energy into the
in order
embryonic
to
life
stay
form.
alive?
When the hole where the life force was infused is sealed at the end.
Or do you think
it
he
leaves
just
a
needed
mark
that
not
initial burst of
dissimilar to the
energy,
ponton mark
and
in
then it
blowing
was sealed,
glasswares?
and now he's
The
good to go?
alchemical substance drips and spreads out in all
That
directions,
seems to be what he's saying.
resulting in
That's
this
more likely.
rather ingenious diamond shape.
Wow. So that's where it came from.
This mark is a sign of my artificial origins, and proof of my imperfection as a human. I presume that the imposter intentionally avoided replicating this mark, so as not to become less than perfect himself.
I kind of love that the message is that his imperfection is what makes him perfect.
You are
And
fundamentally
what makes him
different
him, you
from
know?
other people. I have few qualms about sharing my secrets with you. Just as Paimon said, it all sounds like a story. Even if you were to tell anyone else, they would regard it as nothing more than a tall tale. The
He doesn't
transcendent
hide
and
his mark, you know,
miraculous
so
are
I
not
think
the
that
only things to which human
personally
beings
he
aspire.
sees himself for who he
They
is.
pursue the everyday.
I feel like he's the
the
type of
ordinary,
guy to feel like it would
to
be
a far
pointless
greater
to
extent than
try
I would
to
have
lie
ever
to
imagined.
himself about who he is, you know? Whether or not
People
he's
like to
accepted
believe
that is
that
another
those who are
story, and
thoroughly
what he
different
feels
from
about that is
themselves
another
could only
story.
ever exist in stories.
But at least he
It
doesn't
makes
try
things
to,
much easier.
no pun intended about
Or,
stories.
in other words,
But
all
yes,
the
at least he
unfathomable
doesn't
things
try
we've
to
seen
lie to
recently
himself.
would make good material for a novel. I have friends who write novels. If they wrote
Oh
this
yeah,
story,
you mentioned that
it'd
last
probably
time.
be even more
I
complex.
wonder who his friends are.
Making up stories is easy. Even Paimon can do that.
Oh, I didn't know you had that kind
It's
of
cool that
talent.
he's friends with writers. I wonder how that happened.
Paimon's the best guide into that. Making up stories is a piece of cake.
In that case,
This player is
how about
Geo
we
as
have a
well. That's really
storytelling
funny.
contest?
I guess it makes
We can
sense.
base our stories on the events of the last few days.
I don't know if Inazuma was out by the time of this event.
But Adventurers Guild.
I understand. Creativity is something that cannot be rushed. Take your time, and come back when you have found some
And
inspiration.
this was around when the other video
See whose
ended.
story is more compelling.
Because we got the cutscene, and then we never came back after that, did we?
Adventurers Guild for now.
Sure.
So we're about to get that mind-blowing cutscene again. Yep, here we go. He looks so
My story.
serious.
Yes, I should have known. Master's failed specimen in the dragon's belly.
At least we know he produces heat like a human would.
Is where the story
He melted the
truly
snow in his
begins.
hands. What is the square? What is that square? I don't know where that square came from, but it's not my
we
square.
switched places, if you were the survivor, then as the abandoned experiment, the failure of the primordial human project, I'd want to replace you too.
We switched places if you were the
I would
survivor.
replicate your appearance, study your alchemy, and create miraculous life
Hence the
forms to
stealing of
divert
the
your
notes,
attention.
the studying the alchemy. To divert your
I
attention.
would wait for the right moment, then
It's meant to be a
dispose of you and the
distraction.
traveler, the sole person to have known your secret.
So he's going to dispose of them before they can dispose of
I
us.
could finally experience the joy of being brought into the world.
I sure hope that we're about to get more answers about that, because what on earth does that mean, Albedo? Oh, that square has been there the whole time, hasn't it? That's blocking the UID. Gotcha. I don't know why I didn't notice it till now. I was just too excited.
Albedo!
This is the new. This is where the new begins. Is this new?
I suppose your story is ready.
Yeah, I didn't see this last time.
Yep. How about you? Do you need some more time?
No need. I am also ready to tell my story.
I wonder what he's going to tell us.
Yes. Paimon first!
Do you think he'll
Please,
tell us
go
the
ahead.
truth?
Okay, here goes. Once upon a time, there was an evil researcher who went into the mountains and did a crazy experiment on whopper flowers to transform their appearance. After a lot
So
of
she's
pain,
blaming a
suffering,
presumably
the
human
whopper
researcher
flowers finally took on a human form.
for everything that's happening.
Then they stood by the side of the mountain to wait for unsuspecting bypassers.
Oh
To
no.
whoever spoke to them, they would ask some questions such as, "Who am I? Who are you?"
That's some embellishment.
If the bypasser got the wrong answer, the last sound they'd make would be a yelp before the whopper flower ate them alive in one bite.
That's definitely the sort of story you would hear about a
Oh,
regional
truly
area.
Frightening.
Yes, Paimon is truly frightening.
You two aren't scared at all!
Maybe I'm just really tough, I don't know.
Don't go nitpicking, okay? If you didn't like the story, go write your own!
Ooh, in that case, I would add some horror elements in. After the whopper flowers eat someone, they would turn into
In
that
other words,
person,
the whopper flowers would ambush and then completely replace their victims.
and to then adopt their newfound identity. I was going to say, I would think that the scariest part of all this is the fact that your friend could be completely replaced and nobody would know. Could really work that angle, and that would be a really sinister sort of suspense terror. Anyways.
Go back to where the person lives, enter their home, eat their whole family? Ah!
You see the problem now, Paimon.
Paimon made up this story, but now Paimon's the one who's scared by it.
Sorry, Paimon.
It's a good story.
Also, you just lived
May I
through
write
that,
it down?
Paimon.
I may bring it up in future
It's
conversations.
scaring you now.
What for? Just to scare people with?
Yes.
You've got a real mean streak, Albedo.
So, what's your story?
Mine is a little longer than yours. It starts with an alchemist.
Oh?
A great alchemist once created Subject 1. Subject
Okay.
1 was her proudest achievement, and successfully blended into human society. No one ever would have thought that this friend of theirs was in fact a synthetic human.
So do we think that's Albedo?
However, unbeknownst to Subject 1, the alchemist had tried the same experiment many times before he had come into being. Some of the rejects from failed experiments had been discarded, but had not died.
Okay, so maybe he's Subject
2
Zero?
was one such failed experiment. He was swallowed by a
Oh.
great dragon that came to rest upon a snow-swept mountain. Many years later, he was
Oh.
resurrected by the dragon's mysterious power.
So maybe one of the albedos was a whopper flower and the other one was subject 2? That would explain, but it wouldn't explain why they were both missing the mark.
Many
Wait.
years later,
It would explain a lot, but it
by the
doesn't
dragon's
explain why
mysterious
both of them
power.
didn't have the mark.
He saw all kinds of people on the mountain.
Right? Because the one on the mountain,
including
the one on the cliff that he had his battle with after we left, also had the mark, right?
Subject 1, who had somehow, miraculously blended in among them. Never in Subject 2's wildest imagination
tell.
had he thought it possible for experimental life forms such as they to deceive everyone so successfully. He saw the way humans accepted Subject 1 as a friend, witnessed their affection as they addressed him by name. This was what Subject 2 wanted.
You'd feel so
Now,
jealous.
all that Subject 2 desired was to replace Subject 1 and take the joy of his existence for himself.
And that's what he was talking about. Experience the joy.
This is giving Paimon the chills.
This makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Sorry.
He's basically just telling us
Subject
what
2
happened.
began to unfold his plan. He stole Subject 1's books and notes and studied all that Subject 1 had learned from the alchemist. Subject 2 was highly intelligent, and he learned quickly. He changed his face into an exact replica of Subject 1's face. Then, he found a plant with mimicry capabilities.
Oh, so it was
and
his
transformed
plan
it using dragon blood
and not
alchemy.
Durin's plan, or not just an incidental
And so,
consequence of Albedo living there
Not
for
only
so
did
long.
Subject 2 transform his own appearance to perfectly match that of Subject 1. He also created a third entity, Subject 3.
And that was the Whopper Flower.
What? There's 3 of them now?
Paimon, you just
But
lived
Subject
through
2
this.
wanted to
What
become
are you
a
being scared
perfected
for?
human. So, he erased a mark on both his and Subject 3's necks. For these marks were symbols of imperfection.
He purposefully erased it. He can do that? Do you think that means that Albedo could do that too if he so wanted?
In my view, it was probably a subconscious act, an instinct.
And the fact that
so
he didn't is
desperately
interesting.
craved to become a perfect human being that he forgot something. Human beings are defined by their flaws. Subject 2's plan was meticulously crafted.
I'm so proud of Albedo, actually. That's such a healthy mindset to not be endlessly striving for perfection. Good for you, Albedo.
Subject 3 would draw Subject 1's attention. After Subject 1 disposed of Subject 3, he would assume the threat had now disappeared and would let his guard down.
So this is literally the cutscene we
The
just
next
saw
moment
in
Subject
story
1 was
form.
alone, Subject 2 would make his move. He would eliminate Subject 1 and become the only one remaining. He would secretly replace the Subject 1 of everyone's memories and inherit his identity.
Now, it has not escaped my attention that we just have to trust that this is the real Albedo and that he won that fight that he went to go have. I want to believe it's the real Albedo because he's smiling, and I remember earlier that that was my sort of cue as to whether or not this was Albedo or the Whopper Flower. Whopper Flower never smiled until he was about to attack everybody, and then he was smirking all over the place. But this does track because they were wondering if the imposter that they fought was the same imposter that had showed up by the cave. And I remember that same imposter that had showed up by the cave was very angry. And very angry at humans specifically. And that whole about choosing good and bad and discarding of the bad. That would make a lot of sense. If that was Subject 2, then Subject 2 was discarded, having been deemed bad. And then was eaten by the dragon, I guess? Maybe that is a metaphor, and he was just discarded on the mountain and sort of subsumed into it, because the mountain is basically synonymous with Durin, right? So, anyways, so if that earlier one was indeed Subject 2, the imposter that showed up by the cave, then I feel like I would recognize him if he were on screen, because he would just be so angry. So I'm going to believe that this is original Albedo speaking with us, and that he hasn't been replaced.
Residence, clothing, sword,
Hopefully not.
name, and friends. People would have no idea that the individual they knew had become somebody else from one day to the next.
I hope Vega tests him, though. Wait, this isn't Vega. Well, I hope that this traveler tests him, though.
Paimon's
That
never
would be
gonna be
nice.
able to trust anyone again!
See, that's that sort of
Just before
tension
Subject
we were
2
going
could carry
for.
out his plan, a unique stranger entered the mix.
Oh,
Subject 2 tried to make
That's
contact with
us.
this person, but found that they could somehow sense he was different from Subject 1.
She's smiling. She knows that this has a good ending. Well, not a good ending, because I do feel
What's
bad
wrong?
for Subject 2.
Are you scared?
But
What happened then? What happened to the stranger?
He became
An
a new
ending you
stage
can be
in Subject 2's
secure in.
plan. One
Confident.
more person that Subject 2 had to dispose of.
wait, he?
What happened then? What happened?
What's wrong?
Do you think this is a traveler pronoun mishap, or am I
What's wrong?
misunderstanding who the stranger
Are you
is?
scared?
What happened then? What happened to the stranger?
We'll have to see.
He became a new stage in Subject 2's plan. One more person that Subject 2 had to dispose of.
Though he did say in the cutscene
It's
that
as if there
Albedo and the
three
Traveler were the two
identical roses
targets.
in a garden. Only one of the three was a fine specimen, while the other two were defective specimens that bore poisonous thorns. In all the world, only the gardener who tended to them could tell which was the good specimen.
Is that supposed to be an
People
analogy for the
do not
Traveler,
like
or
poisonous
for the
plants.
Alchemist?
Only a perfect rose can fetch a high price. If the inferior specimens wanted to conceal the fact of their worthlessness,
That's a little
they would
extreme.
have to take the gardener out of the picture, using their poisonous thorns. This is exactly what Subject 2 was thinking. So,
That was
he
a,
hid
that was
in
a
the
little
shadows
aggressive.
and waited patiently. Maybe soon, he would get his chance to become truly human.
Hopefully he was just demonstrating that he could understand. Hey, wow! It's Adriatic Raven. That's the person who posted the video. This is their actual account. That's cool. Hopefully he was just demonstrating that he could understand Subject 2's psychology and not revealing the fact that he is Subject 2. I'm pretty sure this is Albedo. I'm pretty sure. These are real events. Albedo's trying to tell me the cruel and unbelievable truth.
That was intense.
Shout out to Albedo. He always tells us the
What
truth.
happened after that?
I love that.
Did Subject 2's plan succeed? Paimon can't bear thinking about it.
Fortunately, it is just a story. And even in this story, Subject 2 did not succeed. But you can never let your guard down on Dragonspine.
I have a question.
Monsters mutated with Durin's power and blood are also creatures of Rhine-Daughter, just like me. You must beware of all such
Aw.
creatures.
Don't say that. You're not a monster. You're my friend.
I'm glad to hear that. It's okay. I know what I am. You and I are both different, so there is no need for me to hide the truth from you.
This is exactly what I thought he was
The only
doing in
thing
his
is
story
that
quest.
Sometimes, when I think about how mighty the power of alchemy is, I feel so small. As
I love
beings
his
who set foot
character.
in this world, how arrogant are we in desiring to control our destiny, and in desiring to create? Is creation an arrogant act, Traveler? If not, why do we call the ones that created us and control us gods? If it is, then what qualifies us to call ourselves creators? How far must we take our reverence and respect, and what purpose does it serve?
Really interesting to see these questions coming from Albedo. How did it feel? How did you feel when you took out the imposter? That's an intense question. Huh. I wonder how relevant. I feel like they will be very
Nothing
relevant.
special, but
But I wonder how relevant
Whenever
these
I
questions
think
will
about
become
it,
later.
I feel a twinge of grief.
Poor Albedo.
Hello? Traveler? Are you here?
Amber?
Hey, is that Amber?
Thought we might find you here.
We're here to deliver a message from Cyrus. There's gonna be a big event down at the base camp, and they want you there too, Traveler.
Winter camp is nearing its end. Apparently,
The endless
even
camp is finally
provisional
ending.
instructors are required to attend.
Looks like we need to go, Albedo. Bye for now.
You should come with
Then I
us.
won't keep you. I have some things to attend to
Darn
here,
it.
so forgive me for not seeing you down.
Don't worry
So really
about
quick,
it.
before we get farther down, I just want to see if I can maybe spy on these subtitles. Where is... Maybe we'll come back here later, but were there multiple attempts before Subject 1's success, and Subject 2 was one of the discarded attempts? Is that what he said? Does that mean there's multiple of them running around?
There have been no issues getting
How
up and
many
down
exactly
the mountain.
Albedos are running around?
Is everyone ready? Let's not keep them waiting.
This reminds me of a book I once read, actually.
Go ahead. You're one of their instructors, no?
You should come with us, though. Oh, bye.
Huh? Who is this guy?
Is he Joel's father?
Allow me to introduce Yozerv. He's Joel's
That's how you
father.
say his name? That's
Dad,
not how I thought you said
This is
his name.
that traveler I was telling you about. The travelers helped me out loads in the past, and this time we even built a snowman together.
It's funny because
Joel has told
we
me
saved this guy
everything
so
about
long
you.
ago.
I can't thank you enough.
It's a little surreal to think they're only being reunited now.
Wow, this is amazing! Wait a second.
Wait a second. When we reunited Joel with his dad, didn't he say something about building a snowman with him? That ties in perfectly to this event. Wow.
Why is Cyrus discreetly wiping tears away? And what is Pallid doing here?
Pallid
Huh?
is the hero of the hour this time. Go on, Pallid. Tell us what happened in
Oh,
your
did
own
Pallid
words.
save
Okay.
Joel's dad in this
The
version?
weather was fine on that fateful day, and I had a feeling that Lady Luck was smiling down on me. So I trusted my gut and set off to explore somewhere new, somewhere dangerous. Because where there is great danger, there is also great treasure.
Ah yes, reckless Pallid.
Why does
Putting the
this
reckless
sound so
in
hard to
Pallid.
believe?
But I had only been away from the group for a short while when I
When?
fell down a slope and just started rolling.
And that's how you found Joel's dad.
Oh. Did my bad luck rub off on him when we ran into each other on the mountain?
In this case, it was good
The
luck, I
place I fell
think.
to was somewhere I didn't recognize, and I'd sustained a few injuries. I remember thinking to myself, this is the worst luck I've ever had in my whole life.
Oh no.
Then I met Yozerv. He'd heard the sound of me falling and came out to see what was going on.
Huh?
Wow! So it was completely by chance then!
Oh, this is so lovely.
I thought he must have been someone from the Adventurers Guild here for the
A little
event.
bit of closure
but
for
after a few words
Bennett.
of conversation, it was clear that he was having memory problems. He didn't even know his own name. The temperature was freezing, and there was no time to deal with all that there and then. So I convinced him to come back to the camp with me and figure everything else out after we got there. We got back to the camp, ran into Joel, and the moment he saw him, he froze for a second with this completely stunned expression on his face, and then he started crying out, "Dad! Dad!" That's when Yozerv suddenly started
Why
to
do I have
remember.
a sinking feeling?
My memory has still not fully recovered, but Joel and his mother, they are the only ones that I will not, no, that I cannot forget.
Do me a favor and describe his mother to me.
Daddy's right here, Joel. Daddy's right here.
Yozerf, don't you remember anything else?
Why do
at
they
all?
keep
The
asking
Boy
about his
Princess? Feet on the
memories?
foxes?
I'm sorry. I have no recollection. Maybe it's because of the head trauma.
Look, if this is another Whopper flower.
I'm not sure. I woke up and found myself
Is this another Whopper flower? Wait, woke up and found myself covered in blood?
covered in blood. My things were gone, and there was nothing to indicate who I was or how I got there.
Are we sure?
I crawled into a cave and settled in for a slow recovery. After my legs and
You're hunting. Okay. Look, if this is another Whopper flower, I was going to say, hey, at least he's a nice guy, but Whopper flowers imitate and then attack, don't they? I'm just thinking of all those sweet flowers that I've tried to pick, and then they tried to eat me. We should go check on Joel. Your
Feel a little
hunting
better.
skills kept you
My
alive?
Hunting skills were what kept me alive.
So you have hunting skills.
Dad, I was so worried.
I wouldn't even be upset if this Whopper flower was able to find a healthy, happy human family and raise a child. Like, congrats, you have a son now, and Joel, at least he has a father figure if his father has passed on the mountain. But if this Whopper flower is just biding his time, that's a problem. Please be a nice Whopper flower. You could be a nice Whopper flower, right? That's possible, right?
I'm all right now, Joel. Oh, don't cry. Daddy's not going anywhere. I'm here to stay.
Because this is so random to have this. It's so random to have this little reunion be part of this quest, unless it's supposed to connect to something else on the quest. And okay, to be fair, this is giving Bennett a chance to see that his bad luck could cause good luck for someone else. That's probably great for him to know. Congrats, Bennett. That probably heals a whole bunch of hurt you've experienced in your life. But Is he a whopper flower? Is he a whopper flower who's going to eat people?
You know what, though? I definitely think my luck got worse after
Ballad.
running into Bennett on that mountain.
Ballad, shush.
I knew it.
Let it be.
I just...
No. I just meant if it weren't for you, there's no way I ever would have run into
okay,
Yozerv
good.
on a mountain this huge.
It was bad luck for some, but
Besides,
good
we
luck
got
for
back
others.
Safely, didn't we?
Right,
So
that's
don't
good.
blame yourself. Maybe
Oh god, I was going to say it's good luck for others because Joel's dad was found and he's reunited with his dad, but actually it would be really, really bad luck if Joel's dad was actually a whopper flower now. You're kidding me. Is he a whopper flower now? If he eats Joel, I'm going to be very upset. He can eat other people, that's fine. But if he eats his son, I'm going to be upset.
Sometimes miracles can only happen when you get just unlucky enough.
Ballad. When did you become such a smooth talker, huh?
He's redeeming himself after the first Dragonspine event.
I was just telling the truth.
Good job, Ballad.
Oh, yeah. I want to say thank you to the Traveler, Uncle Cyrus, Auntie Eula, and Auntie Amber. Thanks, everyone. You all helped look after me, and I will always remember it. But I guess I can't take the snowman with me, or it'll melt once it leaves Dragonspine. It's such a shame.
You can come back and visit, right?
I can help with that. One moment.
Or you can just develop a cryovision.
Huh? Eula?
Here, take this. It's powdered rime. Just add it to your snowman, and it will never melt.
Oh, wow.
Wow!
That's something you can get on Dragonspine? That's cool.
Aw, this is awesome! You're the best, Auntie Eula!
Aw.
Dad, I have an unmeltable snowman now! How cool is that?
How can I ever repay you all?
Don't mention it.
Thank you all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Dad, I want to go move the snowman. Can we do it now, please?
Okay. I'll be leaving with Joel now. I'm sure I'll see you all another day.
He's got his eye on them.
Very
They're his next
well.
targets.
It's time for Pallid and I to have another discussion concerning his breaches of adventurer discipline.
Huh? But Cyrus, I think I kind of made up for my mistakes this time, you know?
No mercy. You shouldn't go wandering off by yourself in
I made
Dragonspine.
this for you and Amber. Think of it as a winter souvenir.
Oh?
Are you sure? This must be really important to you.
I just see that sweet flower in
Come
the
on
distance.
now, just take it.
It's a
No
sign.
need to make such a fuss.
The guy's a whopper flower.
Now our snowman won't melt either. Great!
Thank you, Eula. Did she give us some powdered rime? Does that mean that
You're
players who
welcome.
did this quest
Just
actually
keep
got
it.
powdered
That's all I
rime?
ask.
I wonder what you could
Amber
use
and
it
I
for.
have some business to attend to now. See you later.
Bye. Can we...
Everyone's
I'm so worried. I don't even know what to do about all
Like
this.
they've all got their own stuff to do now. Oh! You know what? We've been on Dragonspine all this time, and somehow Paimon still forgot to ask Albedo about how to make a fruit juicifier machine that can keep the juice fresh.
We're finally wrapping up all the threads we didn't wrap up in the last video. That's good.
I'm pretty eager to please after all.
Go talk to Timaeus. Can we make a whopper flower detection machine?
Traveler and Paimon, what can I do for you?
I don't
Wait a
know. I
minute.
don't know what to do
You've
about
got
all
that
this.
mischievous look on your face. Oh, you're not still thinking about that ridiculous juicer thing, are you?
Timaeus, will you help us?
There's no us in this situation, Paimon. I really have no stake in this either
Well,
way.
if the Traveler isn't really interested, then, yeah, maybe I'll give this one a pass. It's just the weirdest request ever.
Oh, come on, Timaeus. For the sake of innovation.
Poinsettias are gonna go to waste without it.
We could put powdered rime on
The
it.
time it would take me to research
Right?
something like that,
Keep them frozen.
I could probably pick those sunsettias again 10 times over.
New research project, Timaeus? We meet again.
Immediately checking the star.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's there.
So the
Everything is
situation
fine.
is, Paimon wants a machine that can turn fruit into juice and keep the juice fresh. I mean, surely it's...
Majorly important. that's what it is. If you can manage to invent this, we'll never have to worry about fruit going bad ever again.
Again, why can't we just use our
That's
hands?
impossible.
Wait! Wait!
Oh,
Majorly important, that's what it is. If you can
I
manage
just
to invent this,
stopped
we'll never
breathing.
have to worry
I don't know
about
if you heard how loudly I slammed on my keyboard,
fruit bad ever
but
again.
it was loudly.
that's impossible.
Albedo, why are you doing this? Are you messing with us? Does that prove that he can hide it if he wants to? Albedo, what is going on? What is this? Is that earlier? So, I was wondering that. Wait, that's too bright, I'm sorry. I was wondering if the Albedo we first saw in the city was the first imposter, because he was very angry, right? And that's kind of a call sign of the first imposter. But... Wait, his neck. What?
Turning fruit into juice is not
Albedo, put your
hard,
hand away. What is going
but
on?
keeping it fresh is more difficult.
He is smiling.
But if you simply want to keep the fruit from rotting, there are many ways to achieve this.
He sounds
Right, Traveler?
pleasant. Do you think the voice actor even knows whether or not... What is going on? What is going on? Why are you messing with us? Look at that smirk. Are you messing with us? Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
What about his neck?
What's wrong? Is there something on my neck?
What is going on? I'm really worried about Albedo now. Is this Albedo? Is he messing with us? He wouldn't mess with us like that, though. But he presumably killed the second one. We saw him kill the first one. This could be another one. But how would this other one know about the whole issue with the mark unless they were eavesdropping on us the whole time? Is there a network of Albedos passing information to each other? Is he just messing with us? Why would you mess with us? He wouldn't mess with us.
What about his neck?
What's
He's
wrong?
not the messing with us kind of
Is there
guy.
something on my neck?
No, it's fine.
From the look on your face, it's as if you thought I just played a practical joke on you that was in exceedingly poor taste.
I hope that's the case. I sure do hope that's the case. What's her name? Adriatic Raven sure seems to think that's the case.
It's as if you thought I just played a practical joke on
She
you.
can tell, right? It's been established that the Traveler can kind of tell. Though earlier they did say that the reason they were able to tell was because of the mark on his neck. But I'm hoping that they have just sort of a vibe check that they're doing as well. He's passing my vibe check, but he is a little bit more mischievous than normal, but maybe this is just another side of him that we don't normally
The
see.
look on your face, it's as if you thought I just played a practical joke on you that was in exceedingly poor taste.
He's messing with us. So it was a prank. It better have been a prank, young man.
Albedo, you were saying, how do you
So he
stop
can
fruit
do that
from going
deliberately if he
bad?
wants to, though.
Well,
Wow, I cannot believe he just messed with us.
where the snow never melts all year round.
Oh yeah, if you don't have a refrigerator, just use dragon spine.
You could
They're going to
always
become
live on
cursed
dragon spine.
Sensetias.
No, too cold for my
They're going to
mind.
grow hands and feet and then
Or
kill people.
you can give the fruit to me, and I would take it to dragon spine for you. But since you don't like the cold, you'd
Is
have
this
to
just an
send someone
excuse
else
to get
pick
us to
them up
visit
when
you more
want them.
often?
This is where you come in, traveler.
See, if he's subject to, then this is Paimon's like, ooh, opportunity. But if he's subject to, then this is him trying to kill us. If he's Albedo, then he just wants us to visit him more often because, like I was saying with his first event, or his first event / his character story, I think he really wanted to find someone who was different, like he was different, so that he could feel similar to someone in that they were both different, and so he found a form of companionship with us that he hasn't been able to find with anybody else. And to be honest, that's probably one of the reasons he was sad about killing the imposters earlier, because then they could have related to him, but he could not let them stand if they were going to be killing people. That's probably one of the reasons he was sad. But you better just be messing with us. I'm so
This is where
stressed.
you come in, traveler.
The innocent little smile.
More feasible with other people doing all the work. Okay then, shall we go with that idea?
I feel we've been roped into
Fruit
something.
buried on Dragonspine will stay fresh for much longer. However, it is also possible that the fruit will sprout and
But
grow
honestly, if
into
I get to
fruit
visit
trees.
Dragonspine more often,
Who
I would
knows?
be delighted.
Maybe the next time you visit, it will have grown into an orchard. You can water the trees, add fertilizer, and when they finally bear fruit, you will have some fresh Sunsettias.
And there you go. We're back to the original answer. Just grow more.
Paimon will have to be a gardener. That's not the goal here.
I'm going to be doing all the work. You know this,
Well, I don't
Paimon.
think being a gardener is so bad.
No. Oh no.
Oh? Well, I don't think being a gardener is so bad.
Oh no. I just... I didn't expect Albedo to joke about this. Doesn't he care about what the mark means? Albedo. Okay, worst case scenario. Albedo has been replaced by Subject 2, who, quite famously, it is theorized, grew a whopper flower in the form of Albedo. You could call that very extreme gardening, if you ask me. Worst case scenario, he's been replaced by him. Best case scenario, this is what I'm hoping has happened. Well, okay, best case scenario. Again, is this the best case? Because it does mean that Subject 2 has died. But if Subject 2 has died, this is just Albedo messing with us. That is a case. Middle case is, this is Subject 2, but he is messing with us. But he's just avoiding Albedo and imitating him sometimes. So he's like, today, Mom said it's my turn to be Albedo today. So I'm in the city now. And Albedo's just up on the mountain doing his own thing? Oh my gosh, best case scenario would be they have become friends. They have become brothers even. And they've decided to share the Albedo rights. And so this is Subject 2 and he's messing with us. And the reason he doesn't seem angry anymore is because he's happy that he has been able to obtain a human life, shall we say. What really concerns me though is that he would also be happy if he had managed to kill and replace Albedo. What is happening?
Albedo, stop trying to get your hands on Paimon's super sweet Sensitias!
It bothers you, does it?
He's acting... Okay, Oh!
Of course it bothers Paimon! They are the rarest, super duper sweetest Sensitias ever! And they're not for you!
Okay, but they're just Sunsettias. I think you're only so attached to them because you don't have much fruit of this quality in your possession.
He's messing with her
when
so
someone's
much.
pockets are full and their spirit is fulfilled, they don't easily fall prey to this kind of yearning.
Really?
I see, that makes a lot of sense. Is that supposed to be our answer there?
Dragonspine is too cold for ordinary fruit trees to survive.
Does he have a mark?
But
Does he have a mark?
if one day
Zoom in.
Dragonspine did become home to gardens and orchards, there
Can't
would be
tell.
more reasons for people to visit.
I think he does.
Perhaps a little life is the key to attracting people. Life may exist in all kinds of unfathomable forms, and in all manner of unthinkable environments. Mysterious, yet tenacious. Perhaps this is what makes life so special.
That's a very Albedo thing to say. Do I have autoplay on? No? Okay, good. What on earth? What on earth?
When
So,
but-
this bit here.
Ever! And they're not for you!
Okay, but they're just Sunsettias. I think you're only so attached to them because you don't have
You don't have much fruit of this quality in your possession? It's definitely a metaphor for something, but what could it be? In this case, it would be the fruit. What are the fruit? Could they be friends? Could they be humans? Could they be human-like experiences? Fruit of this quality in your possession.
Have much fruit of this quality in your possession. When someone's pockets are full, and their spirit is fulfilled, they don't easily fall prey to this kind of yearning.
Oh, what on earth does this mean? I do recall that I was ending my video previously with, feel free to share me your theories. And if there are spoilers in your theories, please tell me where to get the information so that I can, like, also get the information and then follow along with your theories. I'd love that. Like, if I just need to read one of the books in the archive, I will happily read the book in the archive, so I know what you're talking about. What does this mean, Albedo? Have you been replaced or not? When someone's pockets are full and their spirit is fulfilled, they don't easily fall prey to this kind of yearning. So basically, if this kind of yearning is talking about the Whopper Flower and Subject 2, so Subject 2 and Subject 3 wanting to replace Albedo and or obtain a human life of their own, if that is what they are yearning for, then he's saying that when their spirit is fulfilled, they don't fall prey to that kind of yearning. So if they are happy, they won't have that desire. I would love to believe that this means that Albedo and Subject 2 have come to an agreement, and so nobody needs to die, and everyone's needs are fulfilled, and there is no more yearning, because they can both live happy lives. I mean, that would be that would explain this, but that's almost too happy of a conclusion. I'm so on edge because he's been messing with us so much. He's giving me non-Albedo vibes, but he's giving me such happy vibes as well. He's not acting like the resentful Subject 2. So does that mean that this is Subject 2 no longer resentful because his spirit is fulfilled? His pockets are full? Are his pockets full because he killed Albedo and he's acquired his life? Or, on the other hand, what would make Albedo's pockets full is if he had friends and companions that he could relate to and feel not so alone with, because he was feeling so alone first time we met him. So, for him, the best scenario would be to become friends with Subject 2. And I believe that if he were friends with Subject 2, I feel like he would have no qualms with letting Subject 2 pretend to be him, so long as Subject 2 promised not to kill anyone. Because he was talking about how the Whopper Flower was killing people based off instinct. So I don't know if he would be able to trust the Whopper Flower to walk around by themselves, but I believe he would trust Subject 2. I need to watch his cutscene again. Because if Subject 2 was discarded as a failure before Subject 1, Subject 1 being Albedo, then what on earth about him is a failure? It would be up to Rhindaughter to determine that, because my theory is that he also believes himself to be a failure. Wait, let's watch this again. With this knowledge of Subject 2 in mind. How many times have I watched this now? Between these two videos, I think it's been like 5 times.
Yes, I should have known. Master's failed specimen in the dragon's belly.
Oh, in the dragon's belly because it got eaten.
Where the story truly begins.
So, I do have a question. When do you think Durin was made in comparison to Albedo? Do you think Durin came first or Albedo came first? Because it almost seems like Albedo must have somehow either learned that Subject 2 was eaten by Durin at some point, or he must have seen it. Can you imagine how horrible that must have been to see another version of you get eaten by a dragon? Especially Albedo, who so badly wants to connect with other people like him.
Places.
Okay, here we go.
If you were the survivor.
He's the survivor.
Then as the abandoned experiment, the failure.
If you were the survivor, and he was the abandoned. Okay. It's interesting.
Of the primordial human project, I'd want to replace you too.
So Albedo is saying, if I were the abandoned failure, I would also want to replace me.
Yeah.
Implied, not the
I would
abandoned
replicate your
failure.
appearance, study your alchemy, and create miraculous life forms
And to be fair, we have been talking a lot about how Albedo is not a perfect human replica because of his diamond shape, his star mark. But when he was talking about how it's seen as a flaw, technically he said it was Alice who said that marks such as these are quote-unquote flaws and evidence of something being made by human hand. He never said what Rhindaughter's thoughts on it were. So with that in mind, Albedo is not the failure, but he's the success of the Primordial Human Project. So, he succeeded. He's Subject 1, and that would fall in line with his story. Let's see.
No longer than yours. Amidst once created
Alchemist.
Subject 1.
Yeah.
Subject
1 was her proudest achievement and successfully blended into human society. So, if we say that Subject 1 is Albedo and is a success, and... Oh yeah, I was going to see if he mentions...
However, unbeknownst to Subject 1, the alchemist had tried the same...
Yes, some of the rejects from failed experiments had been discarded, but not all had died. So there are multiple, and probably multiple who still live. Oh boy, this will be fun. And so, that's where Subject 2 comes in. Subject 2, I believe, was the first imposter, the angry one that we meet outside the cavern entrance. This guy here. Maybe. Or this guy here. There he is. Does he have a mark? Wait, does he have a mark on his neck?
Off at both ends. Good idea.
Or is this the original?
Apprehends the thief first.
Yeah, this is before he goes in, and then he comes out. Okay. Going on. Did you see that?
Yeah, for Star Silver.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Quite a lot. It's just
It's not there. Do you believe that we were talking to him the whole time? So this is, I believe, Subject 2. He's so angry. He's an angry guy. Here's Subject 2. Then later on, we meet, there's the avalanche. Here is Subject 3, our dear Whopperflower friend. And he attacks everybody. So then who was the one that attacked Joel? Ooh, fast forwarded. Wait, why is this fast forwarded? Oh, boss fight. Ooh, I want to see that. So then who attacked Joel?
This will be a challenge.
Do you think it was... Ooh.
Stay back.
I want to look at their party.
Cut this wheat down to size.
Oh, that was cool. A line from Eula. That's very fast forwarded. Okay, so it's basically like the cryohypostasis, basically. You've got to stay warm, and it has a shield. Okay, so anyways, yeah, who attacked Joel? It would make sense if it was the Whopperflower one. But it would also, but that followed from, ooh, wait. Oh, was it a character trial? Oh no, they just had Albedo. Oh, I'm jealous. Anyways, so that's unfortunate because the Joel attack follows from the Albedo at the cavern leaving. That's bad, because if that was indeed Subject 2, then that would reveal a little bit more homicidal instinct than I would prefer. What am I even trying to say anymore? What is happening? So, what on earth is this fruits analogy? Why can I understand everything you say until... Look at Paimon.
there are people doing all the work.
Until you get to the
Fruit
fruit.
buried on...
Sounds
Since you don't... To me.
Why? Why? Albedo. If you get him in the game, are you getting Albedo or Subject 2? I so badly wanted this character, and I so badly want him even more now, because then I could look at his little lines and see if they say anything suspicious. What is going on? Okay. This fruit analogy, I'm going to think about this for a couple days. And then...
Are so bad?
He keeps making jokes that make me really suspicious.
Since
I think you're only so attached to them because you don't have much fruit of this quality in your possession. I mean, the really dark perspective of this would be, this is subject to saying, I think you're only so attached to the original albedo because you don't have much fruit of this quality in your possession, but I, being a new fruit of this same quality in your possession, am an adequate replacement, and you should lighten up and not be so attached. That would be the really dark version of this. When someone's pockets are full and their spirit is fulfilled. Basically, translation, if this is subject to saying, I replace this guy, he's saying, don't worry about it. Go do other stuff. If you just fill your life with other hobbies, you won't fall prey to this kind of yearning. This kind of yearning meaning, yearning for your dead friend. That would be very bad. Listen, I have nothing against Subject 2. Subject 2 has done nothing wrong. Unless they tried to kill Joel, in which case I would like to discuss that, maybe, and ask why. But if this is Subject 2 having replaced Albedo, I don't even mind. If Albedo said go for it, I say go for it. Albedo's life is his to share as he pleases. But if this is Subject 2 having killed Albedo to replace him, then I have some concerns. I have very many concerns. I'm losing my mind. What do I do? What do I do about this? And what do you mean? You understand him, Traveler.
To this kind of yearning.
Really?
I see, that makes a lot of sense. What did you see? What makes a lot of sense? I need to... Can I get another translation of those lines, maybe? What were they originally? Would they make more sense originally?
Dragon Spine.
Send help. Very tempted to end the video right there, but I should do a proper send-off. I'm having a fantastic time. A fantastic, very stressed time. Oh my god, this video is going to be so long. I cannot believe that this 20 minutes ballooned into an hour. I'm so sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed the extra mental breakdown for your troubles. I'm so worried. Somebody please tell me that Albedo is still alive. Is he still alive? Have we seen him in events since then? I did the potions event, but he didn't show up at the potions event. Albedo, are you alive? Are you okay? I need some closure on this. I'm freaking out. I'm so worried that people are going to send me comments saying, oh yeah, no, everybody totally agrees that Albedo is just gone and has been replaced. I really hope that's not the case. If that is the case, please give me some completely unsubstantiated theories that he's still alive, actually. I would love to see those instead. No. No, I wouldn't love to see those instead. I wouldn't be able to believe it unless the evidence is rock solid, and then they wouldn't be unsubstantiated. I'm very worried for my dear friend Albedo, whom I have never met. Wait, no, I did meet him. I did do his story quest. It hasn't all been events. I'm very concerned for my dear friend Albedo, who I have met once. Please be alive out there. I hope you all are alive out there, because I am not after watching this. Thank you for watching in the meantime. I'm just sat here speechless. I'm just staring off into nothingness, reevaluating the state of my life. Who am I? Who are you? Thank you for watching. Goodbye.